this time. It fucking has. Come on, let's go.
Ladies.
Finally, we've done it. Welcome to the watch-along today of Manchester United versus Southampton. We've had a couple of them, let's say, minute problems to start us off here today.
We have just a few.
Yeah, it's been a bit of an outnight. So we're here on StreamYard. Just if anybody can give us a bit of clarification if we are live, I'm just going to very quickly run and get the team news done here because we had it all set up earlier for this game, which kicks off about 7 minutes times, and it's slightly fucked up. So,
well, Bernardo has already put up the StreamYard, so I agree with him. There
we go. Nice. Right. Cheers, lad. I'll let you pave the way today. Big game, Manchester United versus Southampton. Big game. And I mean, for you as a Manchester United fan, how big of a game is this for you today?
Yeah, biggest game of the season. Like we were talking before, biggest game of the season. We need to win. We need to send out that statement that now that Leicester and Chelsea have dropped them points, we need to send out a statement to Leicester and Chelsea and Wolves and Sheffield United that third place is ours.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen a lot of the teams over this weekend specifically drop points. I mean, last night we all saw Leicester dropping points against Bournemouth of all teams. Dominic Solanke getting 2 goals, which I don't think anybody would have ever expected him to score 1 goal in the Premier League, mine 2. So he got on the score sheet. As well as that, we've seen a couple of other teams as well drop points around Manchester United. I mean, the whole world will be watching this game. Absolutely will be watching this game. Is it going to be walk in the park, do you think, tonight? Or is it going to be a little bit of a tougher game than maybe some Manchester United fans are thinking?
I don't think it's necessarily going to be a walk in the park because Southampton they're that sort of team. They have high energy. They have good players around the park. They've got a decent attack, so they will press us. They will pressure us. They will get shots on our goal, and they probably will score. I think we do have the quality around the pitch, and there's enough people on top form like Bruno and Mason and Martial. There's enough players on there to get us over the line. I do think we'll win. 2-0 I'm going to go for.
2-0 win. I mean, the game is going to kick off in about 6 minutes' time for everybody that is joining. Apologies about the issues we've had. We're just trying to get everything sorted out. Very last second here. We've had just a few problems with the way that we usually work the stream. We'll do it on a software called Streamlabs. It didn't want to do it today. So we're all live. We're all ready to go. The players are actually just in the tunnel right now, ready to come out. You can see on the screen Manchester United's team and formation. It's a 4-2-3-1 today, unchanged lineup. As for the Southampton lineup, I'm literally just writing it out as we speak, just so you're able to see both teams on paper here. Now, the last watch-along we actually did was another game for Southampton. It was against the blue side of Manchester, which they I wouldn't say comfortably beat. It was a tight game. They beat them 1-0 from that really, really good Che Adams goal. We've seen they've a great side this season. Ever since that 9-0 defeat, they've picked up a whole host of good wins here and there. They've got nothing to play for now, but this is not just a question for you, it's a question for the comments as well. Do you think they can beat both sides of Manchester in the space of just above a week?
I think it's different because there's different qualities on both sides, but they'll be encouraged by the display that they put up against City. Like we sat here 2 weeks ago, watched it, week and a half ago, however long ago it was, watched it, and we were took back by Southampton's ability at defending. But Man City missed a lot of chances in those games as well. There was a lot of chances for Manchester City to score. Gabriel Jesus, we said countless times, should have scored 3 or 4. So, and if you give those challenges to an on-form Manchester United team, we will take them.
Absolutely. I mean, you've been really on form this season. In fact, a good stat to look at is ever since Bruno Fernandes has come to the club, if the league went from that specific point, Manchester United would actually be top of the league with a game in hand as well, which is tonight's match. So it's really good how he's coming to this club. Bruno Fernandes has done so well and really pushed Manchester United to the next level. The game is about to come up. Teams are ready. I mean, tonight it's going to be a little bit different. KD is going to kind of lead the show for us with the commentating. He's a little bit behind from my stream because I'm watching it live on television. I know if you watch Sky Go online, it is a little bit delayed. So kind of the way we're going to work it is I'm going to be a little bit ahead, but I'm not going to spoil anything for this match. Of course, Kieran is a big Manchester United fan. So the last thing I want to do is go, oh, there's been a goal for Manchester United and ruin it when it's not even come up on the screen. So I'll let you pave the way for this one just to kind of give you a brief idea. Welcome to everybody who has come into the stream. Bernardo thinks it's going to be 3-0 Man U. Dominant displays of late. Absolutely agree with you on that one. I'm going to stick with what I said before off stream. I said I think there'll be a couple of goals in this game. but I do think Southampton will score. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 victory for Manchester United.
Yeah, so like Josh said, the lineups are just running along the bottom of the screen now. Interestingly, no Jesse Lingard again on the bench for Manchester United. Don't know what's happening there. He looks like he's going to get shipped out in this summer.
Yeah, I was thinking, do you think maybe they're just preserving him ready for a move rather than risking him?
You know how much I hate Andreas Pereira.
Yeah, but, big time.
He picks Andreas over Jesse Lingard, and I don't even agree with that. Because as much as Lingard's not on form, he's a better player than Andreas is.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there are times, even when you can say that he's been a bit poor on form, where he can come out with just a wonder goal or some good passes. It won't be a big loss for Manchester United when he does leave. He has been more of a squad player over these last couple of years, but I think he's still got a point to prove. I mean, there's a lot of games for Man U still to come. Remember, the Europa League is still to play. So I do think maybe he'll have a couple more games before he goes. But like you said, I think he's on his way out, sadly.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Lingard because he's obviously had a lot of trouble this season in his personal life. But at the end of the day, what you do on the pitch matters. So, and everyone on Twitter is already getting hashtag Man United penalty bingo trending. Someone put 38th minute. I'm going to go for 31st minute, 31st minute.
67th minute. Why not? Of course, if you want to play Man United penalty bingo, put your minute in the chat on when you think Man United will be awarded a penalty soon as everybody's playing along on Twitter, so why not join them? I think they're going to do a minute silence here.
I mean, and if Twitter's anything to go by, obviously it's the realm of anything on Twitter goes. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I think that's the best way of putting it.
It's true. That's what people think.
I mean, Benala's just put here, Lingard is decent, but he needs a mid-table team at least. If West Ham survived via the god Mikel Antonio. Well, I think just before this match starts, I know they're doing a minute silence, I think, for Jack Charlton. I would assume it's 4 today. Yeah. The relegation battle has got really, really interesting. We saw West Ham get a big win against Norwich to finally relegate the Canaries, but we've seen Bournemouth get a big win against Leicester. Do we think maybe it's a little bit too late for these sides?
I'm not sure because, like I said to you, West Ham and Watford still have to play each other this weekend.
We did.
Obviously, a lot of the 4 of the teams don't play. So I mean, 8 of the teams won't play because it's FA Cup weekend. So there is an opportunity for these teams to put pressure on. If one of Watford or West Ham, you're thinking actually it's perfect for either Villa or Bournemouth if Watford or West Ham win because one of them's going to not get any points, or they're both going to get a point.
Absolutely. I mean, I was saying to you this morning, if you're kind of one of those teams that are towards the bottom end of the table, if Aston Villa can somehow, and I don't know how they do it, but if they can nick some form of points, they'd have a great game coming up against West Ham on the last match day, which would be really good to see.
It's looking like it might be Aston Villa because, like I said, Bournemouth have got Man City, I think, on Wednesday night. KL's in the building.
I was just about to say he's in the building. How are we? Welcome, KL. And Bernardo's put, it's looking like Watford, Norwich and Villa, unless Villa has ref disallowing shoulder goals again and again and again.
Yeah, it literally is.
It really is. Can I just say as well, before we do start, I'll let Kieran kind of take us under in a moment. They are, of course, doing the Black Lives Matter kind of salute on the knees. Big thank you to everybody who subscribed as well. We did the Champions League draw a couple of days ago. A lot of new subs in here, so welcome on to anybody who's new. But the game is underway now, so I'm going to let Kieran take control of the match. And
I won't be able to see the comments, so you'll have to do that.
I will indeed.
That's all right.
Just to give you just a quick check, I am 15 seconds in. Wherever you are.
Oh, you're only 3 seconds ahead of me, 2 seconds ahead of me. So it's not like you're miles ahead of me, right?
That's all right. But I'll let you pave the way.
Well, Will Pete is in the chat as well. Just before I put my Sky go onto full screen. It is on full screen.
Get in, Will Pete. He says Danny Ings scoring tonight.
No, he's not. He's not scoring. Well, he can score if we're 4-0 up.
I said 3-1, so I'll give the goal to Danny Ings.
The thing is, though, if they scored first, I would genuinely shit it.
Yeah. See, the thing is, we saw... It's quite tough because the thing with Southampton is we saw when they went 1-0 up against Man City, they can quite easily sit back, but I do feel like between City and United right now, if there's a team with a bit more of a cutting edge, I do think it's United, to be honest.
We are definitely the most on-form team, but City spanked Brighton over there 5-0. There's nothing
Absolutely.
literally going on in this game. It's just a long ball forward, which is cleared away, picked up by Pogba. Down the line, and Bruno Fernandes is down right-hand side here. And he's, blocked by Bednarek, throwing United.
Good start there.
Right-hand side, yeah.
I am interested. I mean, this will be the first proper time I've seen Pogba and Bruno Fernandes play together. We all saw them play. Well, apart from me, I didn't see it, but the 5-2 win against Bournemouth, which was a crazy, crazy game, and I didn't get to watch that. So for me, I'm really, really interested tonight to see how Pogba and Bruno link up.
Yeah, they linked up well for the goal, for Pogba's goal against Villa. It was just a corner. It just went straight through everyone to edge of box, and Pogba just placed it nicely in bottom right-hand corner.
It's a big. I think this is going to be a really big turning point in Pogba's career. I just think he's had all this talk about leaving the club, and I think now Bruno's here, I don't think he's going anywhere.
The thing is, for Pogba, there's a lot of words put in his mouth. Oh, McCarthy slipped on his ass. he slipped on his ass, and Southampton in this opening 2 minutes has not really got on the ball that much. We're controlling the game as I would have expected at Old Trafford. Luke Shaw,
a good start.
Side.
So a couple of comments. There is, of course, a lot of people in talking about the relegation stuff, but I was saying, fair enough, Bournemouth have looked a bit better than Watford in most cases. I mean, it really is going to come down, and not just for the relegation battle, but for, of course, the top four now. I just want to ask you very quickly, while Southampton kind of have a bit of possession here, what's your thoughts on the situation at City now the ban is being upheld?
I mean, if nobody saw that coming, I think. Miscontrol there by Walker Peters. If nobody saw that coming, I'd say that you've not got the footballing knowledge, because I could see that coming a mile off. We were all talking, I think, last night or the other night about it, and we all knew it was getting overturned.
Yeah, I think Gary Neville put it perfectly. I saw something he kind of said about it. He said, to be honest, with the way that UEFA are, they can't even get their own disciplinary system right anyway. So it wasn't a surprise that the ban got kind of withheld.
Yeah, it was just coming, because me and Kieran were talking yesterday, and it was just like Bernardo says, money does talk.
Absolutely. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the screen the score line. There we go. So that'll be up at the same time. And I'll kind of update that every time
there's a goal.
Every time there's a goal. I'm just going to put... Yeah, I'll update it like every 5 minutes.
That's a good question.
I was going to put like 5 minutes on the side, but I'll leave it.
We'll put, who is your manager of the year in the Prem? It's got to be Jurgen Klopp. But it's got to be Jurgen Klopp just because of how well Liverpool have done. But it does feel harsh not giving it to Wilder, or if you give it to Wilder, it feels harsh not giving it to Klopp.
I think for me, I'd say Wilder, because let's be real, I think a lot of Liverpool fans expected them to try and go on and win the title anyway. I mean, the way that they've done it this season is absolutely exceptional. But for Chris Wilder to come up, you've only got to look at the start of the season. I think there's been a lot of tweets from Sheffield United fans these last couple of weeks, going back right to the start of this season and talking about pundits kind of predicting them to go down. And I think even I could put my hands up and say I thought at first that Sheffield United were going to go down. But
yeah, same.
I kind of thought about it, and I sat after the Chelsea game because I watched that. And it was an unbelievable result. You know, the thing is now for Sheffield United, a result like that isn't surprising. It's starting to become the normal, I feel.
I thought it was quite surprising, because I don't think I've ever seen Sheffield United score 3 goals in a game. Like, apart from the Tottenham game, obviously, but before the COVID-19 break, they were beating teams by 1 goal or 2 goals or 2-1ers, 1-0ers, those type of results. They've never really gone out there, and I know they didn't necessarily smash Chelsea, but they went out there on paper. It looks like they smashed Chelsea.
They battered them. Absolutely battered them. I mean, it was like Chelsea didn't even turn up from the start. And for me, I just think I did sit there after the match and I thought to myself, is there any other manager in world football that has overlapping centre-backs? And maybe there's a manager somewhere, I don't know, in Greece, or, you know, maybe there's a manager in Portugal. We don't know about that, just the same system. But it's one of those where I think, even though everybody knows the tactic and they know what Sheffield United do, they still have no way to be able to stop it, and it's just crazy to see. And I do hope. I am a Rotherham United fan, and I should theoretically be saying here, I hate them. They're rubbish at that. But I genuinely do hope they get into Europe. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, they probably will, because they've got Leicester at the weekend. A ball whipped in, caught by De Gea. They've got Leicester on weekend. You're thinking if they beat them, then they're really in with a shout. They've obviously beaten Sheffield United and beaten Chelsea and Tottenham. They've
got a great run in. I mean, I was looking at the games. I think they do actually have to play Southampton, Everton, and Leicester. So you look at the run in. Realistically speaking, I wouldn't say they'll get all 9 points. I think maybe they'll lose one game, but I think 5 or 6 points at this stage will be enough, considering how Tottenham and Arsenal and the other teams around them have been. I think they'll do it.
Yeah, it'd be nice for him to do it. And we're talking about this because there's literally nothing going on in this game. And I'm supposed to be taking the lead, but there's nothing to take the lead of.
No, it's been pretty dull.
It's pretty back and forth, to be honest, and I'm not pleased because there's been a lot of loose passes from our defenders so far.
I mean, we said it at the start. Southampton have really got nothing to play for now. We talked about a week ago when they played City. It was, I think, about about 8 days ago, something like that. That at that point they were kind of maybe in with a very small shout of European football, but now results have gone, Sheffield United's way and things like that, especially with City's ban being withheld as well. That kind of gone out the window. So nothing to play for them. As for United, well, we said it at the start. It's the biggest game of the season. Everyone's watching. Everyone is. Whether you're a Chelsea fan, Wolves fan, even maybe some Sheffield United fans will be looking and kind of hoping that maybe United can lose this game and Southampton get victory. But it's a big game, this one.
I mean, yeah, everyone's hoping that Man United drop points. Even if you're a Man City or Liverpool fan, you're hoping Man United drop points just because of how good we've been so far. But Southampton have started this game off well. They're keeping the ball well. Like I said, they're pressing high like they normally do. They're getting bodies towards our goal, and they've been the better side so far, to be fair. They've just not really done much with the possession that they've had.
Absolutely, and just as you've said that, you'll probably see it now. Yeah. Passes like that, just really poor.
Pass out of play for a throw-in.
8 minutes into this, it has been a very quiet first 8 minutes, I will agree. I don't think Hansen Huttl looks happy at all with that specific pass that was made.
No, it should have been an easy ball to Redmond on the left-hand side, but just pass it straight out of play.
I do think maybe Southampton will be a little bit nervous and a lot more cautious in this game than they were against City. We talked about in that match last week.
That's not a foul.
The fact that that's not foul. I agree on that one. I think the fact that City's defensive back line looked so shaky the whole match that Southampton could kind of push forward and go for it, because they kind of knew in a way that maybe one or two opportunities might go and miss, but there's still chances where the City line looks so poor.
Yeah. And there's a chance there. Martial's in. Could he win it? Could he be? He's missed it. How has he missed that? What are you doing?
That's poor. It's really, really poor.
My God. If there's one person you want running through on goal, it is Martial, and I can't believe he's not put that in.
It's a really, really poor mistake at the back. And literally, as I'm just talking about the mistakes of City at the back.
We were talking about Ward-Prowse passing out of play. He's been caught on ball by Martial. He's trying to slot it past him. He normally goes for the chip in that situation. It should be 1-0 Man United, but good save by McCarthy.
Good save, and he was going to come off his line there, and then he chose not to. A couple of comments that people have put about the whole debate of Manager of the Year. Benaldo put Chris Wilder did extremely well, exceeding expectation. Klopp was expected to do well, and Will's put, I think if Liverpool got over 100 points, Klopp should win it, but if we don't get over 100 points, I would have no problem with Wilder winning it.
Yeah, it's what I said. I think it's harsh not to give it to Klopp, to be fair, because of how good Liverpool have been, how dominant they've been. There's a chance for Armstrong. Good save, De Gea.
Good chance, that. Good chance.
That's for the second shot on target. It's kind of spurned into life this past 2 minutes, this game.
I mean, it's quite an awkward angle for him to shoot it. Chadham's there trying to get on the rebound just in case David De Gea kind of parried it away. But good chance there for Southampton to try and take the lead. Yeah. Starting to slowly open up, which is good.
We're coming into the game a little bit now. We feel us way into every single game. We never really start well in games. That's the thing. We always feel us way in. Like against Villa, we were we were awful for 20 minutes, and then after that we were phenomenal. We just
Really
need
showing now.
a break, and that could have been the break. That goal, I can't believe he's not scored that. It's his first touch. It makes it awkward. His first touch makes it awkward for him because it makes the ball bounce when he's running through, and instead of chipping it, he's gone for the slot round the keeper. And
I don't think it helps as well. McCarthy's already come running out and then kind of backed off as well. So I don't know whether Martial originally thought maybe I was going to try and chip him or not, but
Pogba's lost it here, and Redmond boxes it, and Ward-Prowse, it's in.
Oh, it's in. It's in. We've got a goal, and it's not the way we want it.
I knew this would happen.
Let me change that. It is big goal, and Southampton have just taken the lead. I didn't want to say anything there. I saw it. I was like, oh no, Southampton. I went on to the good. Talk us through the goal.
Pogba's caught on ball, but De Gea, Pogba's trying to turn. I think it's Danny Ings, and he's taking him out. Redmond, Harry Maguire's lost his man. He's onside. Armstrong, lovely goal. It's a good finish.
It's great work, and he's just onside as well, Stuart Armstrong, which I know this time is Stuart Armstrong because he's number 17 and it's not James Ward-Prowse.
Well, I said Ward-Prowse. I said Ward-Prowse. I was like, Ward-Prowse. No, Armstrong has finished it, and Man United are already 1-0 down. And there's only one man to blame for that, and it's that one on the camera right there, Paul Pogba.
Yeah, he looks a little bit disappointed with himself. Bad mistake there at the back, and Southampton have taken the lead in this one. And, well, opening goal for Southampton, and that is a big goal indeed. That moves them up to 12th place.
It's poor from Pogba.
Very, very poor.
Like they're on us already, and they've won it back again. We started awfully.
It's been a very rough start, 12 minutes in, and Southampton will be absolutely delighted. They've taken the lead twice now within the first 15 minutes against Manchester sides in the last week and a half. If they can go on and win this, they'll actually be 4 unbeaten, which is fantastic. Benaldo says, nice. I didn't take a Man U defender for Fantasy Premier League, but my mates did. Need a Bruno hat-trick with Greenwood / Rashi assists.
Well, I hope we score some goals because it's just exactly what I said, though.
Really, really poor start, and you can see Southampton have kind of got a foothold of the game now.
Well, they're coming again. Lindelof only just gets it clear there.
Really, really awful start here.
Matic,
I mean,
fouled. And we've got a free kick. I'm not sure
what you want.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. We look shambles at the back.
I mean, Nathan Redmond, they're so close to being able to chip that into either Adams or Danny Ings. That could have quite easily been 2 in 13 minutes, and it makes this game interesting. But I mean, technically, my 3-1 prediction is on.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 players in our half for Southampton, and 4 of them are over like the 25-yard mark. And that's Wan-Bissaka's dawdled that ball again. He's won a throw-in, but there we
go. The table's actually updated now. Southampton move up to 11th in the table, 47 points, of course. As we said before, pretty much there in terms of European football. It's now over for them. They're only 3 points behind Arsenal and Burnley, which, as you said a couple of months ago when they were down towards the bottom, losing 9-0 to Leicester, you would have never thought they'd have made it into the top 10, but big result for them.
Again, yeah. That was definitely a foul.
Well, Danny Ings is not happy there.
Well, Pogba got fouled before, but I've got no words. We're playing awful. Where has this come from? Like,
yeah, this is a really, really bad start. I mean, we're really just poor. I mean, the possession that Man United are having right now, they're just not holding on to it for long enough before, as you said. Such a high press. And
Bruno can't even get on the ball. I don't think he's touched the ball, which is rare to say.
And you can quite clearly see what the tactic is. Close him off. They probably know how important he's been. I mean, is it something like he's got six goals and 7 assists since he's come to the Premier League, which is unbelievable. And
through the press, he's put a lovely ball into Rashford, and that is a lovely goal.
I think
offside.
Yeah, the flag's up.
As a flag up. Sorry.
Just have a look there and see.
Great move down left hand side between Martial and Shaw. Lovely burst of pace past the 2 defenders. That's the problem. He is offside. He's just offside, Marcus Rashford. But
I mean, it was a great ball.
It's a great finish as well. That's the danger for Southampton, holding such high line with players inside our half. Luke Shaw just burst straight through. Great ball in as well, but unfortunately it's offside.
But it does prove, though, that even in a situation like this, where we've just spoke over the last kind of 15 minutes, and we've said Man U've been a bit dead, that all it takes is one opportunity with this side. You've got to keep very eagle-eyed as a Southampton player.
Yeah, that's given me a little bit more hope. Like that was really quick. It came from nothing really. Just a Martial hold it ball up. Luke Shaw using his pace a little bit to get past, and then Rashford. He's always offside. He doesn't know how to hold his run.
He needs to improve on that. But it was a good chance there, very good chance. Benaldo's just put as well a comment. Don't know if you guys have heard about the incident with Aurier's brother, but I wonder if he should play this weekend. It's a time of grief for him, so I wonder if we'll recall Walker Peters from Southampton.
I don't think so. I think he'll play.
I don't know.
The incident is, he is a professional at the end of the day.
I think it all depends on how probably close he is with his brother and that. But I think in terms of recalling Walker Peters, probably not. I don't know whether Premier League rules would allow that anyway to happen. I don't think.
Is he even registered?
I don't know, because I don't feel like I can recall him playing any games beforehand. He might have played one or two before he got loaned out.
We've got, I think, is it a free kick or a throw in here? I'm not quite sure. Is it a throw in?
It's a free kick.
Don't put men in the box. Oh, we're putting men in the box. No, we're not.
I mean, if you are a Man United fan, welcome to everybody in the stream. Thank you very much for everybody that's joined. Greatly appreciated. Do tell us what you think of the match so far, because I think right now, Kivit's a Manchester United fan. He's probably not too happy with how his side have played right now.
No.
Put it in a nice way.
Men in the box from here. We're not Burnley. That is an awful ball.
Might be another chance, maybe.
Again, for Fernandes, he's put a ball in, which is equally as awful as the first one. Come back to Shaw, halfway line.
Yeah, Kyle agrees. He says he doubts it could be called this late anyway. I don't think registration rules...
Pogba's been caught on it again. And Che Adams and Danny Ings are in. Ings is in, but it's not a good ball from Adams, and De Gea's out quickly.
They need to watch out.
Pogba's been caught sleeping twice in this game. He's had his pocket picked twice. They know what his weakness is. He takes the first touch, which is always heavy, and but that won't faze him because it's Paul Pogba and he's just brilliant. I think that's the thing though with Pogba. It's the risk you take. Lovely ball in. Greenwood couldn't get there. It's headed away. Throw in.
I think it's the risk you take with him.
He is class, to be fair, and it's a mistake. Everyone does them. Everyone does them at the top of the game. It's Shaw, Rashford, Martial, edge of the area for Man United.
I mean, you can see, look how many players are back for Southampton right now. There's obviously the 4 in the box. There's 3 right on the edge of the box.
Yeah.
They are really, really tight on pretty much every player possible right now.
You see when they attack, though, there's loads of them forward. Pogba's one to throw in. We're going backwards. There's no one with him. And that's what he's saying to the players. He needs someone with him to pass to.
They need to find space and quick, because this is a very different Southampton performance to what we saw last time. They look really, really tight on every player possible. And I mean, as I said, with the City game, when we watched them, they looked very open, I'd say.
The only question is, can you keep it up for 70 more minutes to play? Can you keep that level of energy? Can you keep that level of tightness? Wan-Bissaka,
I don't think they could
through somehow. It's a lovely pass to Bruno. Bruno Fernandes, what can he do? Finds Greenwood. Greenwood to Pogba. Early ball in. Martial's picked it up. Can he turn? He's got it to Rashford. And that is a lovely finish. And that is
it. There we go.
That is a lovely goal. Lovely play from Martial in box. Poked it to Rashford. It's a great finish from Rashford. Nice to see him getting back on form.
And just as you said, can they hold on for around 70 minutes? They absolutely cannot, because it's 1-1. Man United are right back in this game. And yeah, I've got to say, looking at that goal, it's really, really good build-up play. And great ball into the box. The
pass from Pogba is world-class. That ball into the box is absolutely fantastic.
And he's made up for his mistake, just like that. Good goal, that.
Yeah, it was good work from Wan-Bissaka originally to bundle his way through about 3 players. Martial's done well off balance to get it to Rashford. It's a lovely finish from him.
You can see Stevens just about to tackle him. I mean, it's going to be very risky. Yeah, Man United penalty bingo could have been done in 20 minutes there, because I think that could have potentially been obviously a clear penalty, but really, really good goal. 1-1. Game.
Bruno almost getting Greenwood in, and this is more like it. I tell you, what did I say? We need a break. We need a break when it comes to it. That's when we start to play well.
To me, as a neutral looking at this game, this has got goals written all over it. I can't see this ending 1-1. I can really see this game having a couple more in it. The Sprint, welcome in. He says, where are you watching? I'm watching on Sky right now.
Yeah, so am I.
So we're watching this game on Sky Sports.
Rashi and Greenwood are going to be doing great for England in due time. It's exciting. Being an England fan at the moment is exciting. You're seeing all this talent come through from the Premier League.
When do you think Greenwood will get called up? Because he is one of those players where it will only be a matter of time. Not necessarily now, but in the near future where he should get called up.
If he was to be called up before Danny Ings, I think it's very harsh. Just because of Danny Ings' age and Greenwood's age. I know Greenwood, and I love him, he's fantastic, but it's difficult to see Danny Ings not in the England setup, I think, because if he can have another season like he's had this season, next season, he'll be a shoo-in for the Euros, I think.
Absolutely. I think as well with the thing with Danny Ings is that'll probably be one of his last tournaments as well.
Yeah, exactly. And he's a goal scorer.
He's not necessarily like really old. I just think in terms of how England are and the quality of attackers, that would be his last tournament.
Martial, left-hand side here, into the area. He's feeling it, Martial, and he scored. And
that is beautiful.
That is phenomenal.
Wow. And just like that, Southampton have gone from being 1-0 up to 2-1 behind. And that is an absolutely outstanding goal from a player who I think has not been given enough credit. And that is Anthony Martial.
It's Pogba again. Lovely pass out to Bruno. Bruno to Martial. Another assist for Bruno Fernandes, by the way. It's all Martial, though. Wow. Goes past 1, 2, whack. What a goal.
That is a fantastic goal. Just cuts in, smashes it in the back of the net. McCarthy's not going to save it. And as you said, Bruno Fernandes, 8th assist in the Premier League already. Actually, in all competitions even. And within, 3 minutes, Manchester United go from 1-0 down to 2-1. Martial, what a performance so far.
What did I tell you, though? We always start badly. It's obviously the drinks break now, so me and Josh are going to get a bit of time to analyse what we've seen in the first 23 minutes of the game. What did I tell you, though? As soon as we get that break, as soon as we get that goal, it'll go our way, and it has gone our way. We're playing better now. Look, Solskjaer's having a go at Pogba, which he exactly should, because apart from the pass out to Bruno and the ball into the box for Martial, he has been awful so far.
I mean, it's the worst time possible for a drinks break. I mean, Hansen Holt, we'll just kind of see him on the screen now. He's probably as pissed off as you could possibly be. But
I'm not being funny, but do we really need a drinks break? It's not massive out there. It's not warm out there. Do you know what I mean? Like
I know.
I agree with what Gary Neville said. He doesn't like it, and I don't like it either, because it breaks the flow of football up.
I mean, the good thing is, I think they said something about if it is still behind closed doors next season, they are going to get rid of it, which is good to see. Which, of course, they wouldn't need it at that point anyway. But
players come over for drinks during breaks of play for injuries, or if there's a substitute or something. That's when you can come over for a drink, but not like every 23 minutes. Like, we'll stop for a drink.
The thing is, as well, a lot of the managers, which you expect anyway, you're using it to change up tactical decisions and that. Yeah. I think there was a picture going around of Bristol City a few weeks ago, or a championship side, that while the drinks break was going on, they got the whole like whiteboard and markers and everything out, trying to do tactics.
Yeah, just looking at that graphic that's just come on Sky, Anthony Martial, 16 in the Premier League this year, same as Marcus Rashford. They've both got 21 goals in all appearances. Greenwood's got 9 in the Premier League this season. It is looking tasty, that front three, for next season if we don't get Sancho.
And I still don't think Martial gets enough credit, in my personal opinion. I really do think that he's one of those players that has probably gone under the radar this season for a lot of people. And I'm talking as a neutral perspective, because Kieran D's a Manchester United fan. I'm a Rotherham United fan, but I do tend to watch a lot of European football and that. But I think, of course, obviously Bruno's taking the limelight for the majority of the towards the end of the season. I hope this might be the start of something good for Martial, because I think we've seen these last couple of seasons he's had all right periods where he'll go on a bit of a run, but
he'll show his class, but he's not consistent with his class. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like, a lot of pundits say it, but he gets unfair criticism just because of how his body language is. But he just literally, like, that is him. Like, he's not gonna He has changed a lot under Solskjaer, to be fair to him. He presses a lot more now. But people, they criticise Solskjaer for his tactics and stuff. But I think he's got the strikers scoring. Like, this is Rashford's and Martial's most prolific season. Mason Greenwood's obviously come through. Over 50 goals in that front three. Bruno Fernandes has nearly got 10 already. It's incredible.
It's free flowing right now, and I know a lot of people will probably come back and say, "Oh, well, the last couple of games have been against Norwich and Villa and teams like that."
Teams we couldn't beat earlier in the season.
Exactly, and you have to look as well and think at this point of the season, specifically speaking, they're all fighting for something. Villa's fighting for survival, Southampton not necessarily fighting for anything, but even before then, Norwich was still fighting to try and stay up, although they were never going to stay up anyway.
I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer put it perfectly in his conference he did a few weeks ago. He said, I don't know how people are saying that we've got an easy running because we dropped points to these teams, and we did. We drew with Bournemouth. Well, sorry, we lost to Bournemouth. We drew with Southampton. We drew with Villa. There's these teams we need to pick points against. Martial's in the area, though.
You've got to take what's there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly. For the taking.
You can only beat what's in front of you at the end of the day. Matic just hit it against
absolutely.
Passed it to his feet.
By the way, thank you very much. There's been a couple of people that have subbed. We're already up to 620 subs. We've been flying the subscribers recently, so thank you ever so much for everyone that's subbed.
That's a dub.
Big dubs here, not just for United right now, but for us. If you are new, it'd be greatly appreciated if you do leave a subscription. We're going to be doing a whole host of watchalongs still to come. We're going to have a big one coming up in a couple of weeks, aren't we? Because
it's not even
last game of the season, the Premier League.
2 weeks, isn't it?
I think so. It's coming close.
Isn't it a week on Saturday? Oh, what a pass that is from Bruno. Pogba's hitting it. Brilliant save by McCarthy.
Jesus, it's good to save that.
My stream keeps freezing on Sky Go. I hate
It's a week on Sunday, I think.
Yeah, it's next week on Sunday. That is fantastic by Bruno. The Pogba hits it with power. Good save, McCarthy down to his left.
Good save from him indeed. 2-1 to Manchester United. Right now we are 28 minutes into this. But yeah, 2 weeks on Sunday.
You said it perfectly, didn't you? You said when it was 1-1, you can see it goals in it. You won't end 1-1, and literally 30 seconds after you said that, Martial scored. So
I think even now, 2-1, I think there's more goals in this. You've really come to life now.
My scoreline's gone out the window already. I said 2-0. I thought it'd be a little bit more comfortable for us, but it seemed as soon as that goal went in, we had a little bit of a shitty period, and then we're on top of the game now. My Sky goes. I'm just reloading it because it's shit on PC for some reason. So
that's all right. You're not really missing much. A couple of certain balls have gone out of play. A couple of rounds. I mean, the show right now, that's Martial's 50th Premier League goal. 142 appearances, 50 goals, 194 minutes per goal. A shot conversion rate of 19.
It's scary to think that he's only like 23 years old.
It feels like. Do you know what? It feels like he's been around forever. He's starting to come to me like a French Alexandre Pato, because it feels like that first goal when he scored against Liverpool felt like decades ago. Do you know what I mean?
It's just fairy tale football, isn't it? At the end of it. That's what it is. That goal will never happen again.
Oh no, it's weird because like they're showing Greenwood now, and you think to yourself, well, Martial is only a couple of years older than him, and as you've just said there, he's only 23. It's mad.
The thing for Greenwood is he'll never have a moment like Martial where he bursts onto the scene. But I think because I've always known how good he is because I've watched every game this season. But I think people, even rival fans, are now realising how talented he is for only 18 years old. Like he was 17 when he broke into the first team this year.
It's mad, and I think it's nice to see a lot more big clubs giving younger players a chance. I mean, we've seen at Arsenal. I know he's injured now, but Gabriel Martinelli was having a bit of a go before he got injured. Man United now with Greenwood as well, giving him a go. It really is good to see, and I hope he can continue to kick on, because I did see his goal against Bournemouth, which was an absolute outstanding strike.
It's similar to the goal he scored here. It was just outside the area with a bit more curve on it. There was the one against Bournemouth. This time it's inside the area. He just whacked it past the keeper with power. He's
got talent. He has got some talent. I hope he can just keep kicking on as a player.
I had him in my team at season that we did for a reason, because he has been that player this season for me that has just shone, and he's kicked on leaps and bounds.
And it's a lot of pressure as well.
Yeah, because he's not playing number 9, but he looks to be a lot more sound as a number 9. There comes
Half an hour
Southampton.
into this.
Kyle Walker-Peters. Nathan Redmond. Lovely turn to get away from Greenwood.
I do think here United are probably going to want a third goal before half time just to
well, if we get the
not necessarily be reassuring, but be a bit more comfortable.
I think if we get the third before half time, it kills the game off, and then Hasselhuttl's got a more impactful. Well, we don't have to worry about it. That's a poor pass. We don't have to worry about his half-time team talk then. But if it's only 2-1, Southampton are going to come out with that energy that they did in the first 15 minutes of the game again.
It's going to be a tight 14 minutes plus additional time. I mean, Bernardo's pretty agrees with you. I think about the comments on Mason Greenwood.
Yeah, he is class. Oh, that's a foul, surely. No. It's picked up by Walker-Peters. Here's Romeu, former Chelsea man. Do you remember when you were at Chelsea?
I do indeed. Didn't get much time there, did he? He got beat out very, very quickly.
It was pinball on the edge of the box there, and Wan-Bissaka just whacked it clear, and Rashford has absolutely skimmed Walker-Peters, and Rashford down left-hand side using his pace. Whips an early ball in. Lovely pass to Greenwood. What can he do? The teenager. Gets it back to Pogba. Lovely flick on the edge of the box for Martial. He's hit it. That is into Rosie.
Yeah, we've just seen a moment ago. He of course scored the second goal. Lovely curling shot. I think that's one to very quickly forget. Not a good opportunity at all.
I tell you, they're loving the flicks through the legs, aren't they? Watch Pogba here. He just flicks it through his legs. He's absolutely loving that. But yeah.
Nicely. You are bamboozling this Southampton defence right now. They look a real struggle to defend against these.
Very quick counter-attack.
Yeah. This front four is very tough to start right now.
It was a good little burst of pace by Rashford, which just uses what he's good at. Harry Maguire breaking into midfield there. Go on, Harry. That's surely a foul. No, right.
I'm just looking at the table now. Man, you're in third.
Yeah, we are, and I'm absolutely buzzing for it. We do need to get our goal difference up a little bit because I think Leicester is still better. Lovely ball from Shaw down the line to Bruno. Good little touch back, and he's always won. Is it a free kick or is it no? He's given a free kick away. Referee's not having that, is he?
No, not at all. Just looking at this tackle now. Yeah, it is a free kick.
I think for Southampton, Kyle Walker-Peters has been really good since he's come in.
Do you know what? It's a shame because for them, that is the type of player where he's had a great season for him, and I think they probably want to keep him, but there's absolutely no chance that I think Tottenham would get rid of him. I do think they see him as a backup. I think he'll break. I think he'll break in and be Aurier because defensively he's better than Aurier. Offensively, absolutely.
Maybe he needs to work on his game a little bit more. But Aurier is good going forward, but he's really bad at defending.
Yeah, we saw it in the. I don't know if you watched North London derby last night.
I did.
He was putting some really good crosses in. I thought Aurier.
That's the thing about Aurier. There's a lot of fullbacks in modern football now that are good at attacking, but the defensive abilities lack. And I think it's just the way football's going because we see it with Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's the best fullback, but the best best right back in the world. But he's not that defensively sound. Same with
the list goes on. You're looking like Alberto Moreno, Marcos Alonso.
He is one of the worst for it though. Marcos Alonso looks world class when he plays at wing back, but when he plays as an actual left back, his actual position, he just looks like a donkey.
He is Liverpool's Alberto Moreno, isn't he? Really?
Yeah.
Sorry, Chelsea's Alberto Moreno even.
Nice little combination play by Southampton, but he got cleared. And these two centre halves look a little bit sketchy at the moment. Bednarek and I think it's Stevens, dawdling on the ball a little bit. They look a little bit scared on the ball. We're pressing them well. We're playing better. Like I said, as soon as we got that goal in front, they're playing better. But Redmond, lovely covering by Lindelof there. You
needed it. We said when Southampton went 1-0 up that they could quite easily do what they did against City and hold back, but. Yeah, I said before, this Man United line just looks front line just looks way too deadly to stop, and I think even next season, I don't know what Man United are going to do transfer business wise because attack wise, you look pretty solid.
Well, apparently, according to sources, it's going to be we want a right winger, which is Sancho. We want a striker. Don't know who that's going to be. We want a centre back and a midfielder, but I don't think we'll get all of them.
Yeah, it'll be a tough ask to get all in, but like the attack right now, it just looks so hard to stop.
A lot of people get, I thought Green was in there, but McCarthy's come out quickly. People are getting a little bit overexcited, I think, because people are like, oh, we're going to challenge next season. Listen, we are absolutely miles behind. Chadham's got into the box, managed to get a crossing, but it's cleared away.
Good work.
We are absolutely. I know we're playing well and we're top of the league since February, but we are miles behind Man City and Liverpool at the moment. We need more players. We need more depth. We need more quality players. Because if Bruno Fernandes gets injured, we're fucked. If Martial gets injured, no offense to Agallo, but we're fucked.
Yeah, I think the Man United job, and I think it was quite clear from the start when Ole came in, it's a long job to do. It'll take a couple of years, and he said that when he came in. It will be a long building process.
It is a project at the end of the
day. If you'd have said to a Man United fan, especially if I said to you at the start of the season, as right now, potentially you might finish third, you'd have snapped my hand off straight away.
Yeah, I would have done, especially after in October when we were 14th or something.
It's
mad.
I
would have snapped your hand off, but I mean, everyone knows it's Bruno Fernandes that has changed the team, but it's not. It is him, but it's a combination of other things as well. Like Martial's finally found his form. Rashford's been incredible this season. We've got Pogba back. We've finally got a centre-back partnership that's adequate to play. Harry Maguire.
You can even say to a certain extent as well, your depth players have done quite good. Fred's had a really good season when he's come in. McTominay's been decent. Igalo's got.
I feel sorry for him. I genuinely feel sorry for him because it's a good problem to have when you don't know which midfielders to start because they've all been really good this season. At the start of the season, I remember people saying that we were in a crisis because we had an awful midfield, and Fred and McTominay this year have just been incredible.
Oh, I mean, we were talking a couple of months ago when we were kind of choosing our team this season, and I think a couple of us did say Fred was well within a shout of it. He's been outstanding.
How many times at university have I said, "Oh, Fred was incredible"? And it's not me just being biased; it's me seeing what he was last year, seeing the potential he had, and then him applying it to his game this year. He looks a different player. It's lovely football from United. Martial, Rashford, Bruno. It's absolutely magisterial football.
Magisterial. Can they get magisterial goal out of it? As I said, how many minutes? About 7-8 minutes left before 7 minutes,
which will be about 2 minutes probably. Magisterial football. I can't believe I said
magisterial. Is he going to get whipped in? Oh,
I mean, we're just playing with it on the edge of area here. Rashford, Shaw's whipping it in. It's fell to Wan-Bissaka. Hit it, Aaron. Oh, he's miscontrolled it.
Just dawdled with that ball there.
Did you see the chance he missed against Villa? The open net.
I didn't know.
Oh my god! It wasn't an open net necessarily, but it was a header at the back post, and he should have scored. I was gutted for him because I'd love him to score his first goal.
I'll tell you what, some very risky play from Southampton there.
It is
very, very risky.
Greenwood was in there, but that's it. You high risk. It's high risk is playing the way that they play. They press high, like we said earlier when Shaw burst in and Rashford was offside. It was what a pass that is by Rashford. Bruno's turned into his man, and it's not a foul this time as it was against Villa. But as I was saying with Luke Shaw, when he burst down, you saw how playing the high line and they play a Gergen press style, don't they? Southampton, they play pressing from the off, which is it's a Hasenhüttl way in it. That's the way he got Leipzig playing.
Yeah, it's a very German, but it's worked well for them. As I said, the 9-0 loss that they had against Leicester ages ago was a pretty much season-defining thing for them. And at the same time, you've got to look at that now and think that might have been the best thing that ever happened to Southampton, getting absolutely battered.
If you'd have told me that he'd still be in the job come the end of the season, I'd have laughed in your face and just said no. But
most fans, I think, expected him to get sacked.
Yeah,
probably about a couple of hours after the game had finished.
Isn't that the joint highest loss in Premier League history as well?
Yes, joint highest. I think first or second. I think there was a 10-1 win before. I think.
So by deficit is the joint highest loss,
which is Premier League loss.
And especially in modern football as well.
In fact, I thought Manchester United lead that 9-0 against Ipswich Town.
Yes, so it was the joint highest loss in Premier League history in modern football, where you don't see many 9-0s. And I don't even think we expected it to be 9-0. Lovely cushion pass by Greenwood. He's been absolutely killed off the ball there. But there's a counter on him. Bruno Fernandes calling for it. He's run offside, but Rashford's in space on the left.
Ooh.
Where can he go with this, Rashford? Pass it to Bruno. Oh, they've got it mixed up between them. And it's cleared.
Yeah, I know you're a little bit further behind than me now. I'm on 41.08.
I'm just going to reset my Sky Go thing. I hate Sky Go. It's so bad.
It's a nightmare.
What are you on now?
41.20.
Yeah, I'm now 3 seconds behind again. It is awful.
Nice.
Sky Go. I hate it.
That's why I'm hoping I don't have that problem with BT, because we're going to do some like Champions League and Europa League watch-alongs thing.
I think it's behind between me and when me and Kieran did it. Oh, back pass. Is that
was risky.
That was a risky back pass, but it's a goal kick. Romeu, the bald-headed Romeu. Oh, he stood on his.
Didn't see that.
No, nobody saw that. Is that going to be? It's not going to go to VAR, obviously, but he's looking at him while he's done it as well. Don't you dare injure my king. That is dirty. Obviously, no one saw it. It's not going to be. It's one for the FA to look at after the game, I think, but I don't think anything's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, he's. I'm just looking at it now. He's
a nasty one though. Ball's gone. He's absolutely. Oof.
You can see him looking at him, as you said. Bernal's put Wickham 1-0 up against Oxford up the Akinfenwa.
The ball had gone as well when he's done that. Yeah, up the Akinfenwa. Like you said, if Wickham win that, Peterborough fans are not going to be happy. Yeah,
no, let's not talk about Peterborough fans. I saw something they put out in like their local kind of newspaper. They were still kind of upset at the fact that Northampton Town had won their playoff because they didn't want to play in a playoff. So a couple of Northampton fans just said, "Have you been laid?" to the person that wrote it.
Well,
it's a nightmare situation.
Absolutely sent Marshall to the shops there.
2 more minutes.
Well, like you look at it now, there's 4 Southampton players looking to attack. There's Redmond, there's Ward-Prowse, and there's Ings and Adams. You could say Che Adams not really had a sniff in this game. He's not really been in the game at all. But yeah, the high pressing style, it's worked for him so far. David De Gea's not really had anything to do apart from pick the ball out of his net once. Yeah,
that's literally been it. I mean, there was that opportunity which Nathan Redmond kind of lofted in near towards the post a couple of minutes before that. But since then, they've looked really, really quiet. United have kind of got foothold in this game now.
Bruno's turned his mind. He's all over. That's a yellow card, ref.
Yeah, it's
got to be a yellow. That is all over him. That's the only way you can stop him. Just grab him. And
it's absolutely yellow card. Look at him. Look at the way he's manhandling him there.
he's just all over him, isn't he? He's still got the pass.
It's like as if someone's choking and you're trying to get something out of him. Jesus Christ. James Ward-Prowse, that is absolutely yellow card.
I mean, I agree with what Alexis put in the chat. United are so irresponsible in their positioning during 11v11 play. I think earlier in the season, we definitely relied on counter-attacks a lot. But I mean, if there's a chance to counter a team, you're going to take it out. You're not just going to not counter them. But it's a style of play that's worked so far this season, and it does work against opposition that press high, like we've already seen. But it's definitely something that needs work on. Like Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka get caught out of position so much, lofted in by Walker Peters. Could be a corner.
Good chance here maybe for Southampton to try and nick a equalizer before half time.
I think as well, with Alexa's point, they can't do it against a serious team. You see a lot. It's because of the quality on the pitch. Like you can't match, as much as I love Fred and McTominay, you can't match Fred and McTominay up to De Bruyne and David Silva, Bernardo Silva. The quality that they've got, you can't control the game when you've got people on the other team that have got quality like that. But I think we are getting there now.
As we said before, it's a slow rebuild. It's a project, but that will take a long time. And great step in that project is to have the Champions League.
Yep, it's another corner. I thought Danny Ings did that, but I think it was Martial.
He's been very quiet, Danny Ings. I haven't seen much of him at all.
I mean, he did win the ball off Pogba though, early in the game. That's pretty much how it's done.
Yeah, I mean, the front two look quite quiet apart from that goal. But as we said here, I mean, if they can stick this corner and make it 2-2, the whole half-time team talk completely changes.
Well, this is what they did in final at Liga. It's headed away by Pogba, commanding. Well done. This is what they did in the bloody League Cup final. They scored right on half-time to make it, I think it was 2-1 or 2-2. Oh, well done, Bruno, in there. Headed away by Lindelof, come to Nathan Redmond. Lovely tackle again. Is that Lindelof again?
That's a good tackle from Lindelof. Good work from the Swede.
Good. Been very good this time, Lindelof.
Oxford have equalised. Mark Sykes has scored 1-1.
It was Lindelof who headed it away. You could say it's a poor header, and that's lovely by Lindelof to get in there and recover.
It was a good chance for Southampton to try and get something there. I mean, technically,
there was 3 minutes of added time.
Third.
There was 3 minutes of added time, so we're into the 46th minute of added time. 46th minute of added time. No, we're in the 46th minute.
Might be a little bit too long. 46 minutes. Oh God!
He's done well there, but he's kicked to no one. They're all in our half again. I mean, if we can, lovely ball into the box for Ings and Wan-Bissaka and Lindelof are just going to help that out.
Very tightly marked.
Yeah, it's good marking from us there.
Don't think there's any way Danny Ings is going to get to that. I'm looking at Solskjaer now. I don't know whether he looks happy or a bit disappointed.
Nah, he won't be happy. He won't be happy.
As I said, I think 3-1 was needed at half-time just to make it harder for him.
Well, we scored right on half-time against Villa. I was watching earlier. I was listening earlier today. Do you know Jake Humphrey's podcast, the High Performance Podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was watching that. He had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as his guest on his podcast. And I was watching it, and he was like, it was quite interesting to hear what he thought. And obviously, Jake Humphrey's a really good pundit, and he's a really good speaker. So he asked these questions really intelligently, and he was asking him what it means to be high performance, what he's doing with his young players, stuff like that. It was just a really interesting listen. I do recommend people go listen to that if you're a fan of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, if you're just a fan of management in general, because it wasn't just about football.
I mean, he's had quite an interesting career. He's had both ends of it, hasn't he? When he was at Cardiff.
Yeah, though he did talk about his Cardiff days, and it was a learning experience, wasn't it? Really for him. He was still a young manager, but there's no excuse. He's here now. Let's focus on the here and now.
No, I mean it's good though. It's a learning curve, but you got to think how he's improved over time to go from being a manager, which let's be real, at Cardiff it was pretty shambolic, to put it nicely. He's gone to Mould. He's had a good kind of time there, and now he's at Man U. He's doing much better.
And that is half time. That is 2-1 at half time. He was saying though, he said the style he wanted to play at Cardiff, he didn't have the players to play it. Martial and Bruno embracing each other at half time. Bruno don't look happy. He wants more goals. He always wants more goals. I said it would be tight.
Even Rashford looks disappointed.
I said it would be tight this game though, and it's exactly been that.
Yeah, I mean, United, they've since the second goal, he's gone a bit more quiet now. So I don't really think a great deal has happened since that second goal's gone in, to be honest. Southampton have had a couple more chances, but
Martial chance over the bar. That's probably about it.
You really needed to go in at half time, I think, 3-1 just to make it a little bit more tighter and not have as much pressure on you.
He's got a good job. He's got a job in his hand now. He needs to somehow. Well, this has to what I'm talking about. He needs to somehow motivate his players to come out like they did in the start of the first half. It's going to be difficult for him because we'll be ready for him. That's exactly what Ollie will be saying. Just be ready for the press. Be ready for him to come out fighting because it's exactly what they will do.
It's difficult, but it's doable. I guess for them now, if you look realistically speaking, maybe their target is to try and hit 50 points. They need 6 points, and if they can get a win here today, then it'd be even a point would do them quite all right. There's nothing to play for now. They're not going to get Europa League football or anything, but there are going to be targets at every club anyway. Whether you've relegated, whether you're staying up, whether you're a Champions League fighting club, you're always going to have targets. So
yeah, definitely.
I mean, Alexa's put Everton are so dire. I don't think it's too late for Bournemouth, and they could beat Southampton. West Ham, Watford is a huge decider who saves a little bit of their skin. Well, that's the thing. The thing with that relegation, with the relegation games, is if these sides can nick some points against each other, it's very unlikely. But we could get to the last game of the season. West Ham and Villa be a massive match, but I know Villa have got some pretty tricky games left against some of the top sides. Let me have a check here. Aston Villa fixtures. They've still got to play Arsenal, Everton and West Ham, which, you know what, realistically speaking, with the way Everton have been right now, they could nick a win. But Arsenal, as much as Arsenal have been poor, it's still a tough ask. Alexis put as well, I'm going to quickly turn my light on. Any comments on the City ban being overturned?
Yeah, I already said that. If nobody saw that, everyone saw that coming. If you didn't see that coming, I think you've got a lack of footballing knowledge because for that not to be overturned is quite ludicrous, I think. Like for that for that to be overturned, it's quite ludicrous because they've been investigated for a reason.
Let's be real, we all expected it. I mean, I think there was even Manchester City fans who, right from the very start of when it came out, saying that we're going to get a ban, kind of looked and thought, yeah, nah, no chance, we'll overturn it. And here we are today. I've got to say, if you're a Wolves fan or a United fan, I'd be very gutted that ban hasn't gone in.
Or Chelsea or Leicester fan.
Yeah, I was going to say this. Well, obviously, it's half time, so we've got a bit of time to talk about some other stuff in the background. If you are a fan, tell us how you think of the game so far. We'll read out your comments. Looking at the table, do you think maybe now Leicester on 59 points? Can they get Champions League football? Can they do it, or is it all over now for them? Because we've seen Wolves and Sheffield United. They both look bloody good right now.
You just watched. Did you watch the Leicester and Bournemouth yesterday?
I didn't know.
Have you seen the goals?
No.
I'm pretty sure 3 of the 4 goals were Leicester errors that led to goals. It don't help that when Bournemouth went 2-1 up, Soyuncu just volleyed Callum Wilson in the back of the net. He just volleyed him in the back of the boot, in the back of the net, for no reason at all, and got a red card. Sorry, they did collapse. Like Alexa just put in the chat, they did collapse. Is it too late? If they play like that every week, it is too late.
They've got some tough fixtures. I mean, another one of the watch-alongs we're actually looking forward to, which I'll talk about some of the watch-alongs we're looking towards. Big game for sides around the top 4. They've got good games they've got to play. Sheffield United on Thursday, 6 o'clock. Tottenham on Sunday. And then Man United on the last game of the season, which, if you look at that as a Leicester fan, I would be praying to the gods right now, because even Tottenham, with how they played against Arsenal, not a convincing result, but they could quite easily get something against Leicester.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a tough one.
I think there's more for Leicester than there is for Chelsea.
Oh yeah, if I was Ziyech or Werner right now, I'd be biting my nails, because you might be playing Europa League football next season instead of Champions League.
Well, especially now, if they drop the thing is about Chelsea in the last couple of games, they've somehow turned out of form strikers on form. Like Benteke scored against them. Who else was it who scored against them this weekend? Goldrick got 2 against them. Pukki's probably going to score against them tomorrow night.
It's a big game, that one. I mean, not for Norwich, of course. They're down and they're just playing for pride now, which is, of course, I think most people expected Norwich to go down. Alexis put, first one was Casper literally punted the ball at Ndidi from a free kick. And Casper still, I heard Casper had a bad game, actually. Solanke's shot. Soonka kicked out, Wilson got sent off. Stanislas slot, and it was Evans' own goal, not Everton. I think the fourth one was terrible too. For
Solanke's second, I think it was whoever was playing left back went for a back pass and Solanke nicked it. It was good movement for him to get past the defender and poke it through, but again, like I was trying to say, it was a good goal to Kieran, but he did say to me, no, it's just a poor error from the defender. And after watching it again, I was like, yes.
Nicholas but do you know what?
He's just subbed. Josh,
the thing is, though, even if it's poor effort, that is a big. And thank you, by the way, Nicholas, you absolute legend for subbing. The thing is, for Solanke, that is a massive dare for him, because we've seen pretty much how he's been getting slated by everybody in world football on Twitter. You've only got to look at social media, and usually every week Dominic Solanke's trending because he's not scored for about 100 games, and I think it was, for him and even McGoldrick, they're massive goals.
39 games it was since he scored in the league.
Jesus, I mean, it was only a couple of years ago when we saw him at the England under 18s or 23 World Cup, and everyone was like, "Oh, Solanke, praise him! He's going to be the next generational talent."
I think Kieran made a good point as well. Yesterday, he said if they go down, he thinks Dominic Solanke would be fit for the championship. He'd be a good fit for the championship.
I was going to say that. I was going to say it's going to boost his confidence up for when Bournemouth go down, but I don't mean that in a harsh way. I think most Bournemouth fans are probably looking right now and thinking, yeah, we're likely to go down. Alex, he wants to ask about the Manager of the Year. Wilder for Manager of the Year if Sheffield United get European football. As a Liverpool supporter, I think he deserves it even more than Klopp.
Yeah, I said earlier that it seems harsh to take it away from Wilder, But if Klopp, like Will said, if Klopp gets 100 points, it's hard to say that he's not deserved manager of the year because of how good Liverpool have been and how far in front they've been this year. But Wilder has done an amazing job. Like we said, everyone expected Sheffield United to go down, didn't they? Like even me, even Sheffield United.
No, absolutely.
We're just going to go up, have our 1 year in the sun, and go back down. But now they're going to go on a European tour.
Yeah, I got a good friend. I remember talking to him right before the season had started when they came up, and I kind of said to him, "Well, what do you think is going to happen when you're in the Premier League?" And he was like, "If we can get a good start, get a couple of points on the board, he thought himself they'd probably go down." And yeah. I haven't spoken to him in quite a while, so I'm probably going to message him at the end of the season and kind of say, "Hey, but you weren't expecting that season to happen, were you?" But I think there was a lot of fans going into it expecting to kind of be down there, not necessarily maybe with the Norwich and that on points, but fighting as hard as they possibly could to stay up. And now, we're a couple of weeks away from maybe saying they're going to be in Europe next season. And I pray they do it. And it's bad to say as a Rotherham United fan to want what is technically a rival club to make it into Europe. It's bad, but I want them to make it.
The thing about Sheffield United now is, if I was a Sheffield United fan, I don't know what my aspirations would be for next season.
Mid-table, probably.
Would it be mid-table, or would it be... It's going to be hard for them to juggle. Like we saw when Burnley got in the Europa League, it was really hard for them to juggle the Europa League, even though they were only in it for a matter of weeks. It really affected their season until after Christmas when they kicked on. But it will affect them. But they have got the squad necessarily, because they're all around the similar quality of player. They're just really, really good at what they do.
I think it'll be interesting to see what happens with signings. We've got to look at the signings that they made this season. They brought in Sander Berg, which was an absolutely outstanding signing. He was, linked to a lot of good European clubs. Jack Rodwell, which when he came in, a lot of people, of course, just expected him not to do a great deal. And when he's come in and had to play, he's started to kind of play as a centre-back now. He's not done a bad job at all for them. It'll be interesting to see if they do get Europa League football, who they bring in, because personally, I do think there would be quite a few players out there that would want to play that system, because it's so different to any other manager in the league.
I just fear that if he brought other players in, the system wouldn't fit necessarily, because it fits so well with McBurney and I say McGoldrick to an extent. I know he's only just started scoring, but what he does more for the team than just score goals. I fear that if you brought, say, another centre-back in to play the same way as Jack O'Connell, John Egan, and Chris Basham do, you'd see a slightly different system or a tweak in that system, like a chink in the armour, something to go for. Like we saw it when they came to Old Trafford and we picked them apart.
I think Wilder knows what he's doing. I think he'll make the right signings at the right time. I don't think he'll make too many signings that will affect the team. You've got to look at how they came up and what they did. They didn't bring in a great deal of players. They didn't want to change the squad harmony. You've only got to look at some of the midfielders in there that have played pretty much since they were in League One.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a couple of signings in there, but nothing to hinder the squad, because you look at what's happened with clubs like Fulham, Villa. They've signed 10, 15 players, and it's fucked their season up, because it's so important to have squad dynamic. So important. I think Sheffield United have had that for years now. But as you said, whether Europa League football becomes a hindrance more than a positive is going to be an interesting factor. Lex has put, my question is whether Dean Henderson stays at Sheffield United or replaces De Gea, but they have a rich owner and they can fill that squad out. They're in a much better position than Burnley. And then Will's put, I would like to see Sheffield United sign Ollie Watkins if Brentford don't go up. I think it'd be a good fit for him.
It's a good shout, but I think if Ollie Watkins was to go, I don't think he'd go to a team. No offense to Sheffield United, I just don't think he'd go to a team like Sheffield United. I think he'd go to someone. I'm not saying Sheffield United done a bad job this year, but someone higher up the table. Like normally, you'd see Everton above them. Leicester, he could go to there. That he'd be a good fit for them. Someone as a different type of player to Iheanacho, similar style to Vardy, in that sense.
I think he'd be a good fit at Sheffield United. They've got, of course, McBurney, who is a very, very classic centre forward. He's very kind of Miroslav Klose, like he's there to do the headers, and that's kind of really it. I do think they're missing a clinical finisher in there. McGoldrick is, for me, the equivalent of what Giroud was for France at the World Cup. He doesn't have to score goals. It's what he does on the ball that's more important than him scoring the goals. And now he's got 2 goals as well. It's good for him to boost his confidence. And then you got Billy Sharp as well, which I think hasn't had a great deal of time to play as much as maybe he might have wanted to, but he's got experience at the lower levels of football.
I think when we saw these teams come up this year, we had Norwich, Villa, and Sheffield United. We saw how good Teemu Pukki was at the Championship level, but he's just died off in the Premier League. He's not to the level that everyone else is, and it could happen with the 3 teams that are coming up: Leeds, West Brom, and probably Brentford from the playoffs. Could we see that again? Because there is a massive gap now, and it's getting bigger and bigger every year between the quality of players coming up from the Championship to the Premier League. Like we've seen it this year. Teemu Pukki was top goal scorer in the Championship last year, but this year he's failed to reach the expectations set by everyone.
I think if I look at the 3 clubs on paper, I think the best team suited to go up would probably be West Brom. I think Leeds, they have got a lot of work to do, and I think Leeds as a club, they're a great club, but I think if there is one position any Leeds fan would desperately say they need someone in, it is a striker, because Patrick Bamford is all right, but he's not a top tier level striker that they need. They need a clinical finisher, and I just don't think Bamford would be good enough for them. As for who's the guy they brought in from Leipzig? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Augustin, that's the one. He's been injured since he pretty much came in, so he's not had any game time. I mean, West Brom, they've got a great squad on paper. They've got a couple of solid players in there. I think they're trying to... Go for it. I was just going to say they've got some good players in there.
The big difference for me is that West Brom have got a manager that is Premier League proven. He has the experience in the Premier League with West Ham, so he will know what to expect. He'll be his players are ready. He'll know what type of caliber of player is good enough for the Premier League. And I'm sure he thinks that most of his players now are good enough for the Premier League because they only went down a few seasons ago.
Oh, absolutely. I think as well, even if you look at the teams, I think out of the playoffs, I think if Fulham came up, they'd struggle. No offence. I don't think Scott Parker would do well in the Premier League. He already had a brief stint there, didn't do amazing in it. But, of course, you need a long period of time to be able to kind of find yourself as a manager. Brentford, I honestly have no idea how they do, because they're one of those teams where they could come up and the tactic that you use in the Championship works well, or they could come up and it just absolutely just fall apart. They're a tough team to predict, but the second half has started, so I'll very quickly just change that. Yeah, we just started. Now we're back into it. But I think if there was a team that would be more suited in the Championship, I think it's West Brom. But Leeds, they've got a great manager, Bielsa, who is a master tactician. I think there's a lot of people out there which think they'd struggle in the Premier League, where I disagree. There's a reason why he's looked up by Pep Guardiola and managers like that. He's a master tactician.
But you can only go far with the players that they have. Like you've seen them this year, they've crumbled a little bit at Christmas, and you can only go so far with the players. It's like, I'm not afraid to admit that Man United will not win the Premier League next season because we don't have the calibre of players to match Man City and Liverpool. We're getting there.
No. It's a work in progress, but then I think just as much as for a Leeds fan for them to say they go down, I think they'll stay up. It's important to what players come into Leeds. There'll be a lot of players out there to want to play for Bielsa. I mean, you've only got to think as well, you have to look back and realise that before Bielsa had even joined Leeds, he was at Lazio. He was there for kind of a week or two and was in a disagreement with the board and then left there and moved on. Yeah. Now, had he have gone to Lazio, it'd been a very, very different story. But it shows how big he is as a manager. To go to a club like Lazio, who are currently not necessarily fighting for the title, but they're always up there for the Europa League and Champions League. They're a big team.
Next year, won't they? It's different.
They will indeed.
I think, obviously, he's probably managed a wide pool of talent in his managerial career, and he's getting the best out of these Leeds players. Like, there's no other manager that could do what he's done this year and last year.
Oh, absolutely.
But
he's managed some of the best in the business.
For me, it's all about if they get off to a bad start, if they're in the bottom 3 by Christmas, will they sack him? Will they keep him? What do you think about that?
I don't think they'd sack him. I think they'd give him a chance. It's very hard because we all don't know what Leeds' aspirations are. There's always that news going around about them potentially being linked to the owners of PSG, the Qatari owners, which, if that was to happen, then it changes the game up completely, because then they're going to have a whole huge wad of cash to spend, a really good manager. But I think they'd stick with him.
I think if I was a Leeds fan, I'd be thinking, sorry, one mistake, I just won it ball back. If I was a Leeds fan, I'd be thinking next year, at minimum, just stay in the league. That's got to be the aspiration for every team that comes up. Just stay up. We'll build on it next year. See where we go from there, because they can become an established club like Bournemouth are in the Premier League this year. They can become an established club.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think there's any club that comes into the league apart from Wolves.
Sorry, Josh, but Nathan Redmond almost made it. Yeah, there's not been a
chance now. Takes a touch.
There's not been a team in a while since Wolves that have come up with different aspirations, I think.
Wolves could come up with a squad that they got and kind of push towards mid-table European spots, because they got a good team from the start anyway. But a team like Leeds, it all depends on what signings they bring in, because their team right now is good, but it won't be good enough for the Premier League. They've got some good players in there. Pablo Hernandez is all right on his day. Calvin Phillips he's really good, and I'll be interested to see how he's like in the Premier League. He's been linked, of course, with like Tottenham over the last couple of years. But it's what signings they make and the players that want to come in to what happens, because I know they've had a lot of problems with Augustin. They're supposed to be signing him up permanently, but they're not paying Leipzig the intended money, because it was to do with the whole situation of coronavirus. They weren't supposed to... so it's basically supposed to have paid the fee on the 30th of June for the player, but because the season hadn't technically ended, they've not paid it. So they're in a bit of a dispute about that, but it'll be interesting to see next season in the Premier League what happens. I mean, I'm getting told in the chat to not badmouth Leeds, but this is football talk we're having. I
think we saw, though, by the way, I think it's 2-1 to Wickham now. I think we saw the Fulham team that came up and how many signings they made, and we thought, oh, they'll stay up, no problem, and they went down without a trace.
And that's why I think if Fulham come up this season, they would change it up completely. I just don't think Scott Parker's the right man to take them into the Premier League, because, like Leeds themselves this season, they've been the Leeds of last season. They were doing really, really good. They started well, and then they just dropped off. And I know they've started picking up points again, but when you've got a side who just keep winning and winning and winning, I don't think they're going to go up. I think it'll be Brentford.
Well, let's get back on to the
then they've got problems of their own.
Yeah, I think for the Championship, I think the top 3 at the moment will go up. Let's get back onto the game we're watching, seeing as it's been about 6 minutes of ball into the box from Ward-Prowse to Armstrong.
It's not been a great deal in this first 6 minutes.
Danny has worked his way through. Headed away well by Maguire there. Oh, that
now, the referee just completely waved that off there. I don't know whether he's waiting here for the ball to go out of play.
It is going to go to VAR, I think. It is. They're having a look at that.
Do you know what? As much as I don't want to say, I don't know whether that's very soft or not. I'm just watching the replay of Maguire, a foul on Stuart Armstrong. I think that's a penalty.
On the ball. I don't know. Eyes on the ball.
I don't know.
To be fair, he's not gone for it, has Armstrong. He's not appealed for it. It's not been given. But there will be fans on Twitter giving it the big and saying that Man United get penalties, but they don't get penalties against them. Sorry for our players getting fouled.
That's one way you need to watch it over and over again to be able to decide. And I think when you have to watch a penalty over and over again to whether it's the right call or not, it shouldn't be a penalty.
Rashford's in. Could be Rashford for 3-1. Yeah, he went to slot it, but it's blocked.
Well, I was just about to say, we'll talk about penalty shout, but United nearly went 3-1 up then.
Yeah, and I think Jack Stevens just got a yellow card as well.
Is that for a foul? Yeah.
I think it was the foul.
Will's just
Green won it back well.
Good work from United there. I think the first move Leeds should do is they sign Ben White permanently, even though all the big clubs in the Premier League want him.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
He's been really good for him this year, Ben White.
But United there, coming on the counter-attack. Good chance for him to go 3-1 up.
Decision making by Rashford, but Fernandes to Pogba, quick corner, whipped in. It's nodded away, and that's going to be another corner on the other side. Poor decision making by Rashford in the final third, which he needs to get better at. He could have just whipped that across the box.
Yeah. He's got a lot of work to do there, but if you can go 3-1 up here a couple of minutes in, then the team talk has worked at half time.
I mean, it's exactly like I said though. Southampton have come out of the second half. They were pressing us. We've hit them on the counter a bit. We've now got a bit of sustained possession. Bruno's whipping this corner in now. It's cleared by the first man. Am I watching Andreas Pereira?
Oh, wait, Paul Pogba.
Why is he taking throwing?
Happy.
He don't take the throwing. There we go. Wan-Bissaka on throwing.
I don't know why. He looked like he wanted to take that then. It was
Wan-Bissaka takes throwing. Get Pogba in a more better position so he can affect the game. But let's see, they're pressing us again. Look how many of them there are here.
Yeah, they are really, really pressing. Now you can see the change in tactics.
Good work by Shaw.
Is there a substitution going on here?
I think there is. I'm not sure. He did it as if there was a substitution. Maybe it was like redo the free kick.
Unless it's a mega early drinks break.
10 minutes early. 15 minutes.
Hasn't Ben White only just signed like a year ago to make cost a premium? Yeah, it'll cost a premium because Brighton, I think Ollie just bought him.
He fits into that Brighton stereotype centre back that I think. Martial done brilliant to keep the ball there and find Wan-Bissaka.
That's good work from him. Bloody hell.
And Wan-Bissaka, it's hit Wan-Bissaka out for a goal kick.
I think the thing with Ben White is just whether they can afford to keep him or not. Because if they've got some big clubs coming in with some heavy cash, a side like Brighton probably just take the money and use it elsewhere.
Yeah, but I think they'll have seen him in the Championship and thought, he's been great. Maybe we can keep him and try and implement him into the squad. Because he does fit.
It's a tough ask for him, man.
He does fit that type of centre back. They've got Lewis Dunk and that's handball. That is, it is handball. But there's an advantage played Rashford. He's gone for it. Oh, he's just narrowly gone wide. Are we going to have the free kick?
That was close.
Is it going to be the free kick, or is it going to be?
And he's got a card out. I think he's got a card to someone.
Is it going to be a free kick? Well, it was a handball by Kyle Walker-Peters, I think, from when Bruno went to pass it. Yeah, it's hit his hand, deliberate handball. Did he give it back as well, I think. Rashford shot in time for the advantage, so it should be a free kick. I don't think it's been given.
No, I don't think it is.
So we've got yellow card. He has booked one.
So I think it was Walker-Peters.
So he's booked him and not given the free kick. Lovely.
10 minutes. How are we feeling about this second half so far?
Honestly, I'm a little bit nervous because they did start really well. They started pressing a lot, just literally like I said. I knew it. Well, that's shanked out play by Maguire for a throw-in. I knew exactly how they'd come out. They'd come out pressing us like they have. We look set for it. We need another goal though. I think Bruno's playing his worst game for us this year. This tonight. Get me words out.
He's been very, very quiet. I mean, he had that assist for the second goal, but since then, not really seen much of him.
No, but I mean, if we're winning and he's not having to play at his best, that's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, I think any United fan would be quite happy if he's winning and he's not playing too good. He's still got an assist anyway, so.
Yeah, there has been a few times his final ball's been lacking, which is not like him. What are they're looking at this?
Yeah, just showing the handball.
Is that red card worthy?
No, I don't think it is.
You don't think so? I mean, because his hand is it's quite stretched out to his left hand side. Like it's in a vertical position. That's a poor pass by Stevens out of play.
I think he comes back to my point earlier. If you have to look at that certain situation too many times over to decide whether it's a red or not, then it shouldn't be a red.
Yeah.
You know, if it's blatant handball, which we've seen a lot of handballs and that throughout this year, specifically because of VAR. If you could blatantly see it, then it's a red card. But if you have to keep seeing it over and over again to decide, which is why I think a lot of people hate in VAR, because we've had minimal decisions that have gone certain teams' ways. I mean, McGoldrick, when he scored against Spurs, it was the marginal offside. I think similar situation happened to Firmino as well.
Pass again.
Poor from Southampton.
I think one player that could come on and affect this game definitely is it's going to be Dan James, probably off the bench with his pace on the counter, getting in behind. Seeing Southampton pushing their fullbacks very, very high. If he can get in behind, put a ball into the box, we could find ourselves winning by even more. The only thing with that is Mason Greenwood tracks back a lot more, and he's better on the ball when teams are playing low blocks. But
it's a question of saving players as well, because you do have the FA Cup of the weekend.
Yeah, that is a massive game as well, and we're coming forward here again. Bruno Fernandes middle of the pitch, steps past one, finds Wan-Bissaka, low ball in. He's come back to
Wan-Bissaka. Good cross.
It was a lovely cross. Back to Greenwood. Bruno, cut out by Redmond well. And it's Pogba's given a free kick away.
Pogba just breaking up the play. Bernardo's put, Bruno, come on, give you 2 more chances. Come on, lad. And he's actually given a perfect example of something that happened quite recently. Saka showed a goal being given as a handball. It's the little decisions like that where if they're having to constantly see it, then it ruins it. Do you know what I mean? It absolutely ruins it, because if you're sat there in a box constantly repeating the same video shot of Saka, whether it's hitting his shoulder or his hand, then you don't know what the decision is yourself. So why give it? It's mad.
Someone's down injured here. I'm not sure who it is. I think it might be Lindelof. It is Lindelof. I hope he's all right.
I think it is.
I hope he's all right.
So let's see what happened there.
He's had a back injury recently.
Oh, he should be all right.
It's an elbow to the face. It's accidental, but
yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Magic sponge.
It's a nasty one, that is, but he'll be all right. It's not a deliberate foul, but it is.
Half an hour left, 2-1.
Yeah, I still think we need another goal, because in the last 10 minutes they will press us if it's still 2-1. We need another goal. Just the comfort. If we get 1, we could get another 2 or 3. I think. Like Southampton will come and have to chase the game.
It just all depends on how Southampton keep going here, because they're having a lot more possession on the ball in this kind of first 15 minutes than they did.
It's never a foul. Decision. Well, they've got a chance here with a free kick. I don't know if they're going to put men in box or not. No, they're not. They're going to take it quick. Marshall's still in front of the ball.
Yeah,
Good lad, Anthony. Got a chance here, though, don't left-hand side with Bertrand, who's whipped a low ball in, and Matic has read it well.
Yeah, it was a poor ball, that. Very, very poor.
Didn't back himself against Bednarek, but it's going to win a throw-in.
Wonder when the substitutions will start kicking in. Nobody's made any changes as of yet.
Well, we got the drinks break in about 6 minutes' time, so I'd probably say about the 70th minute mark. That's when we normally bring on our subs. But it's going to be a different time for us, because we've brought on our subs when we've been 3-0 up, 4-0 up. Now we're going to have to bring them on being 2-1 up. So it's going to be...
Now you need them to be the difference makers, really.
Yeah, it's going to be... Whereas when we've took them off, I think Odi Nagala, he'll probably come on. He'll be good to bring on. Someone who can...
Yeah, I was going to say, if you were right now in the dugout, who would you bring on to change it up?
Dan James. The thing is, I don't know who I'd take off out of Marcus Rashford and Martial, because they've both got a goal. They've both been looking good, but here's Greenwood. He's got it to Bruno, who's fired a ball out to Rashford. It's not really the best of balls. Rashford going to keep it in. He is. That's fantastic work by Rashford. But he slid on the floor. I don't know where he'd gone then.
He's disappeared.
It was a fast-fired ball into him by Bruno. I think he just needs to lay it into his path, but he's trying to play it, skid it along the path, I think.
It's like the Sol Campbell tackle when he just goes forever sliding and then just vanishes off the field.
He brought it back, and he's obviously his momentum. There's a chance here with Armstrong. Gets out to Kyle Walker.
So that might have been a bad decision now.
Whipped it low, and it's gone for everyone and out for a goal kick.
I tell you what, lucky.
It's a dangerous ball, because if there's any Southampton player putting his. If Danny Ings slides in there, you're thinking.
You can see Dan. You can see. I think Che Adams at the back post.
It's a cross through the legs of Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire. Nobody's gambling at the back post to tap it home.
1 second. If Adams had been 1 second earlier, he would have had that in the back of the net.
Oh.
But talk about subs. There we go. We got one.
Off and Fred's coming on. Pogba's not had his best game. He obviously has impacted the game with both the goals. And Fred's coming on. We do need a ball winner in there.
It's an understandable substitution.
We do need a ball winner in there, though. We do.
I think at the same time as well, he's still, realistically speaking, getting up to match fitness as well, Pogba.
Yeah, he played 90 minutes against Villa. Obviously, Ollie's probably just taking side of caution on it as well because he'll want him fit for that Chelsea game. It is a massive game. But Fred, he's been Mr. Consistent all season. I think Shane Long's coming on for Southampton as well.
We're going to talk about Mr. Inconsistent in terms of goals.
For both of them,
but then if there's any game which a certain player can influence, usually it's someone like Shane Long who goes on a 50-game streak of not scoring any goals to all of a sudden picking up a big goal against one of the top sides. Usually it's a player like Shane Long.
Josh, if
I know it's been a week, as we've said, of it's been a week of players that haven't scored in ages scoring. McGoldrick, Solanke. So not Danny, Shane Long is next.
Edges for us. Lindelof. Matic hasn't scored this season.
Has Wan-Bissaka scored this season?
No.
Oh, he did, hasn't he?
He hasn't. No. That's who's going to score.
There you go, Wan-Bissaka scoring.
Dan James not scored in the Premier League in ages.
Although, talking about Southampton.
They're coming forward again with Ward-Prowse. And Wan-Bissaka, he just ran into Wan-Bissaka. That's a free kick. To be fair, I think that's a very harsh free kick to give. Because he can't get out of the way there. But
he has run into him, but
it is obstruction, though.
Not much you can do in that situation if somebody's running into you. Thanks for all the likes as well. We've got quite a lot of likes today. Cheers, everyone, for the likes. We're going to have more watch-alongs coming up. Not just Premier League as well. If you are a fan of Liga, Liga's coming to the end. I think it's this week. It's the final kind of match days of the Liga. So I've got access to Premier Sport. We're going to have a couple more of those this week. I think, if I'm correct, I'm just going to get it up now and just see when the last fixtures are. I think it's on the 19th, the last fixtures. I mean, Real Madrid's 2-0 up right now against Granada, so that should claim them the title tonight, I think. It's the 19th on Sunday.
Whipped in, and that's going to be got by, I think it's Stevens. It is Stevens. Armstrong. Ward-Prowse, lovely touch in field. Ball in, blocked by Matic. But it's been all Southampton since about the 50th minute, I'd say, which is not good because I want us to win. But we need these are the
it's getting very tight now.
Yeah, these are the type of games that we will win because I'm not going to say that actually because we'll end up getting beat or drawing. These are the type of games.
Look at the action areas.
These are the type of games that championship winning sides win. Like I'm talking like the title winners.
You look at teams like Liverpool and that they go on and win these games. It might only be a 1-0 win. It's a tight result, but they'll go on and win it. But they were just showing us the action areas a moment ago, and there's been about 65% possession just in the middle of the field, which shows how far Southampton have kind of pressed up towards the pitch. And in actual fact, it says as well that there's been a lot of I think it was about 14 or 15% of the ball's been the Manchester United defensive half. So they're getting into it now.
That's a lovely ball. Out to Wan-Bissaka on the right. Stepped in field. Back to Fred, who's walking on the ball. That's what we like to see. I think Wickham won the League One playoff.
Oh, no, God, don't tell Peterborough fans. They will not be happy with that. I'll tell you what, I'm even going to quickly go on Wickham's Twitter and find out if any Peterborough fans are sat there.
Well, while you do that, Wan-Bissaka's got the ball on the right, and it's Bruno again. Lovely pass. Oh, and Greenwood couldn't take it in his stride. Tell
you what, neither could Nathan Redmond, I think.
It's gone straight out of play again, and Fred will collect the ball. I think Bruno might come off soon.
Yep, Wycombe are promoted. Congratulations, Wycombe.
Yeah. I think the next
That'll
sub
be,
is probably going to be Dan James for Greenwood. And,
yeah, I assume he'll make that in a moment once the drinks.
maybe McTominay might come on as well. Well, Rashford skimmed his player there, and he's found Martial in the box. It's Anthony Martial. Pulled it across for Rashford, and he's missed. What a save.
Did he save that?
Has he saved it, or has he just missed?
I thought that was just a terrible miss. He must have got a touch if they get in the corner. So look at that chance again.
It's lovely play from Martial. Down the line, pulls it back. Rashford, he's missed. He's just missed it.
He's just, yeah. I don't know whether he's giving that as a corner, though.
He has given it as corner. That is criminal that he's missed that.
He's got to score that. He has to score that.
He's right in front of net.
I don't know whether he got the slightest touch on the ball.
It's been given as a corner, but there was that
very hard to tell.
Luke Shaw, Bruno, give it back to Fred. No, it's giving it back to Shaw. Whipped into the back post. Maguire's there. He's gone right over his head.
There's great balling from him.
It was just a little bit.
He's putting some quality crosses tonight.
It was just a little bit further over from Luke Shaw. If it was a little bit lower, it's lovely feat from Rashford initially to get the chance. Find Martial. Martial's done brilliant to pull it back, and I cannot believe he's not scored. I think he's blocked by Bertrand actually. I think it might be Ryan Bertrand.
Yeah, he has. You can see where it's very slightly deflects.
That's a fantastic.
That's an outstanding block.
You see Martial, how gutted he is.
Had that have had the block not gone their way, that might have gone into the back there, but drinks break now.
Yeah, I think someone's come on for Southampton as well. Is that Will Smallbone? It is.
Will Smallbone is indeed.
I think for us now, it's a matter of we need to shore up the counter attack. We need to. If that went in, that was probably
big 20 minutes.
If that went in, that was probably game over.
Yeah, they're just showing the goals now. But in terms of the legal watchalongs that I was talking about, there's 2 more match days left. I'll be having a watch along on Thursday night, probably 8 o'clock. Every team is playing on Thursday night. So that's going to be quite fun. And then the last match day is on Sunday night. So I'll be live for that. Kind of just having a look at what's still to play, because I tell you what, right now it's very tight in La Liga. In terms of the relegation battle, it's not done yet. There's a couple of topsy-turvy teams in there. Celta, Leganes, Mallorca, all still trying to survive. And then in terms of the Europa League and Champions League, they're still they're not necessarily still to play for now, the Champions League spots, but the Europa League spots are still tight. Both teams fighting for 5th and 6th place. So I'll have a couple of those watch-alongs to come over this week.
Handball by someone.
Not getting up.
I think he'll come off soon anyway, Martial. He's done his job today. He's got an assist and a goal, which is exactly what you want from your number 9. He's jumped up with Stevens, I think, and he's just put his hand into the back of his head. He's headed his back, I think.
He's up now. He should be fine.
I would like to see more changes coming soon, because we have got a game on. We have got a game on Sunday. I know it's 6 days away, but it's still football in a short.
And the thing is, 6 days now, realistically, is kind of like a holiday for the Premier League clubs. With how close the games have been in between each other.
I mean, yeah,
this last couple of weeks, because the games are a little bit more spread out. It's like a little break.
But we're just seeing the amount of football. There's football on Tuesday, there's football on Wednesday. It's a lovely pass by Rashford to Shaw, and Shaw low in. It's another corner. Thursday night, we've got football as well. Everton, Aston Villa. Luke Shaw's limping here. Oh, I don't like to see that. Please be okay. He looks like he's hurt his ankle.
Oh, yeah, that does not look good. He's hopping about.
Oh, no. And we've got Brandon Williams on the bench.
Could be a big loss. Yeah, he's gone down.
Oh, he's coming off. He's going to have to come off. Brandon Williams is going to have to come on, I think. Which is a real shame.
And do you know what? He's had a good game as well today.
He's been our best player since the restart. Well, apart from the obvious Bruno Fernandes and Martial, but he's been one of our best players.
You can see how today's been really, really dangerous. He's been putting a couple of good crosses in. I mean, there was the offside Rashford chance that could have led to the first goal of the game. He's had a couple of good crosses in there, really worked the ball well, and it's a big loss.
It's unfortunate for him, but I think he will bring Williams on just to be safe, really. Don't think he'll want any further damage to be caused for Luke Shaw.
Yeah, he's getting ready.
Yeah, he's coming on. I've got no problem with Brandon Williams coming on. He's a really good fullback, young as well.
He's had plenty of time in the team, not necessarily in the recent couple of weeks speaking, but he's had a bit of time to gel with his squad. Be interested to see what they can do here. 18 minutes, 2-1. As usual, it's still very tight right now. They need another goal in this.
Definitely.
We'll keep the eyes out because I said we're not just going to be doing the Liga watch-alongs as well. We've got a couple more match days of the Premier League left, I think. We've got another watch-along coming up.
Love with Wallen and Maguire. Where are you heading it? Where are you heading it?
Jesus Christ, Maguire.
Sorry to interrupt.
It's all right. I don't know where he was heading that to. He might have just thought Luke Shaw was still on the field there. He's not. He's gone. And I tell you what, you'll see it now. They're bloody lucky because Lindelof is absolutely fuming.
I am about to volley this fucking Sky Girl out part of the window.
Has it crashed on you again?
What? Right, I'm looking at it now. There's a ball. It's on the highlights. What's he fuming at?
He was fuming just, I think, there. The fact that the ball was given straight back to Southampton to counter-attack.
So it's just woeful defending.
Here we are. He's coming off now.
Had to volley Sky Girl out the window.
Well, Luke Shaw's coming off. Substitutions we expected. 16 minutes left before additional time. Brandon Williams is coming on. Yeah. But we'll have a couple more Premier League watch-alongs. We're going to have on the 20th of July the big game between Sheffield United and Everton, of course. Sheffield United trying to get into the Europa League. They might be able to do it if they can win that game. It all depends, of course, on what happens with the rest of the season. And then on the match day, the final match day of the season, we're going to have every game we're going to be covering on that day. We'll probably all be in the building for that. So keep your eyes out.
We'll be in the building for that. It's a Sunday, 4 o'clock Sunday. What else are we going to do?
Indeed. And even after that, there's more football because you might have not realised the Europa League and the Champions League still to play in August. We're going to be attempting to cover every single game from both the Europa League and both the Champions League. There's only 2 matches ever on at the same time. So the idea right now is to try and have 2 live streams going at once on the channel. So you'll be able to kind of choose which game you want to watch live. But of course, we'll keep you up to date with both games. But that's the plan.
There'll be 2 of us, won't there? There'll be 2 of us on each.
Yeah, two of us on each, which is going to be good.
If we get Willen.
Yeah, I was thinking of trying to get maybe Will and Simon in.
If they want
maybe, if they want to. But there's only ever 2 matches on at once, so we should be all right. But if the boys want to join, they're more than welcome. So keep your eyes out because we've got plenty of content.
It's about 15 minutes left here at Old Trafford, plus added time, so I'd probably say about 18 minutes left. I'm still going to volley Sky.
It's nerve-wracking.
It is. It's nervy. It's nail biting.
It's very tight, and I've got to say, this last kind of 10 or 15 minutes, if you're not watching the game, I think it's very stop-start. A lot of fouls in the middle of the field just to break up play.
Southampton don't want to give us another goal because they know then that's when the game will get away from them.
Absolutely, and it's been very stop-start, but Manchester United, they need to do something here because I feel like as long as this game keeps going right now, they're getting more and more chances to get back into it. I mean, we just saw a moment ago cross into the box, which, as I said, Lindelof was absolutely fuming at. The other opportunity which came from, I think it was a set piece where Chadams was nearly at the back post as well.
I think we'll probably do our player ratings after the game, but for me so far, Lindelof's been man at match. He's been really good all game. Yeah,
he's been quite defensively solid. I've got to say, who would you say the worst player's been so far? Are you still sticking with Bruno?
Nah, it was Pogba for sure.
Yeah, the first goal that Southampton got, you can't let him off with that. I mean, if this game does, let's say, end 2-2 or 3-2 to Southampton, they're going to look back at that and think, why?
I'm looking at the players we've got on the pitch. Maguire He's been all right. Lindelof's been our best player by far. Wan-Bissaka's not really done much. Shaw's obviously gone off injured, but apart from that, he was good. Matic has been good. Bruno's been all right. Rashford and Martial both been good. And then actually Mason Greenwood might be the worst player on pitch.
I haven't seen a great deal of him, to be honest.
Not done much. Here he is now, though.
Could have very quickly changed that had that ball gone into the path of Rashford.
Yeah, I think he needs to come off because he's not really done much today. And there'll be Arsenal fans giving it the big one that he's not done anything today. There'll be Greenwood goals and highlights of him passing the ball straight to the Southampton players because we live in Arsenal fans' heads rent free.
Ronaldo's put, do you need someone to cover the Spurs game?
Yeah.
We'll have as many as we want, to be honest. If you want to join, you're more than welcome to.
Bernardo, if you want to do every Spurs game, you're more than welcome. Because
we've got some good matches coming up.
I think it's on about you.
Oh, the Spurs matches. Oh, God, yeah.
You see that, the graphic on screen, goals and assists combined, most since Fernandes has started. Fernandes is at the top, and then Martial's second. Joint with Mo Salah, there's a chance for Ward-Prowse. Getting out to Kyle Walker-Peters. He's going to get a ball in low. It's Fred and Williams who clear it. And Romeo has clicked it on. Martial's in the air. He's done well, to be fair. And Fred, that is a lovely ball if Rashford can get to it. He can't. Stevens has done well to defend that. On a yellow card, of course.
Good work there.
Whacks out a play for a throw-in.
Oh, but says, yeah, I thought he does mean the Premier League game. Says only the weekend games I could do. What a man.
Bernardo.
What games they got? Oh, they got a big game against Leicester, haven't they? When's that? Sunday, 4:00. Next Sunday. You got some big games coming up, haven't you? And you Tottenham. What? I'm going to ask a quick question for you, Benaldo, while you're still in the stream. Do you think you can nick a Europa League spot, or do you think you're going to have no European football this season? Because I tell you what, we're looking at it right now. One of Tottenham or Arsenal are probably going to miss out here. In fact, both of them quite easily could. Which is mad when you think about it. The fact that Tottenham and Arsenal could both miss out. Crazy. He's put capital letters, no. Well, that answers that question then.
We're on the counter here. Martial's nicked it off Jack Stevens. Oh, he's put Bednarek on his ass. Martial, please score. Oh.
He might have put Bednarek on his ass, but yeah.
Oh, he's put the ball in the stands though. He stuck Bednarek on his ass. That would have been such a nice goal. Oh,
it's a real shame.
Watch him put Bednarek on his ass here. What are you doing?
Look at that rump straight down on the floor.
And then Jack Stevens is wrong-footed. Oh, he's just Tony. Put it in and that's goal at season.
But no, I don't think we deserve European football until we discover our identity. We shouldn't. And then Will's put no European football can sometimes be a blessing in disguise. Focus on the league like 13-14 Liverpool did and nearly won it. Well, I'll tell you what, if anything, I think most football fans are just ready to see All or Nothing the Spurs edition. I'm ready for that when that comes out on Amazon.
Southampton our penalty area here with Redmond. It's whipped in. His header. Oh.
Do you know what the thing is? His chances like that scare me because with the way that Day has been in some games, it's just the type of thing where I can just see it just bobbling past him.
A tiny little header down by Long.
It's the little things that De Gea's like messed up with this season.
Yeah. Fred's been absolutely bypassed in midfield there.
8 minutes left. Well, a little bit more than that. Just about 9 minutes. Of course, additional time still 2-1. If you haven't seen the game so far, it's been a good game. Bit nerve-wracking. It's got a little bit cagey in this last kind of 20 or 30 minutes. I think we've both there.
The thing about the Europa League, what we were saying was, I think Arsenal fans next year, for some reason, they think they're going to challenge for the league just because they're not in Europa League or Champions League. They've got a long, long way to go.
I think the thing with Arsenal fans is they need to get real that the big signings of like when we say about centre backs that they did, like Koulibaly, they're just names that they're not going to be able to get, especially if they don't get any form of European football. And I think
exactly
the focus for them now, which is sad to say, and it feels like it's a recurring just Groundhog Day every year, is they've got to focus on the FA Cup kind of at this rate.
That is their saving grace, and if they beat Man City, they will never shut up about it.
But I
Even
tell
if
you what, with the way I played,
we or Chelsea beat them in the final, they won't give up about it. Not a
but
foul.
the way they play against Spurs, they've got no bloody chance of beating City. I mean, Jesus, Kolasinac and David Luiz trying to defend.
That's the thing, though. It's the type of match that Arsenal will win. That's the thing. But I think if we were in a final with Arsenal, I think we would beat them.
Yeah, I do think you beat them.
Coming here, left hand side. Bertrand's whipped one in, and Lindelof's there again to clear. Picked up by Bruno edge at rocks.
It's got so cagey, this game.
And we are getting absolutely dominated. To be fair,
you can just see how much Southampton desperately want to get a draw. A goal at least.
It's the way the game's going. We'll probably hit Mont counter soon. There will be another chance for Southampton.
Have they? They've only made one substitution so far, haven't they? I think
both teams have.
Oh no, two. Sorry, because they brought Long on, didn't they, as well?
We've made one, haven't we?
Yeah, they brought Long, and then is it Smallbone? I think
we've made two. We've got Fred and Williams on.
So they've still got a substitution to make.
I think McTominay needs to come on for Matic because Matic is looking a bit tired.
Oh, talk about him.
Dan James for Greenwood. Oh, I was exactly right. Look at that.
You were spot on. Greenwood's coming off.
And I bet it's Matic who comes off.
There's one. Question is, have you got it completely right here? So that's Daniel James on for Greenwood and Fernandes.
Yeah, he'll be knackered. Scott McTominay's spot in the long sleeve. We're going defensive. We love it.
I'll tell you what, he's got the long sleeves on, which proves why there shouldn't be a defense break if there's a player wearing long sleeves in July.
He's loving it, Scott. I think now we're gonna sit a little bit deeper. Scott McTominay obviously taller, so he can win those headers.
This is when it gets,
he's just
as we like to say, a shithouse ending to this game potentially.
I hope we get over the line. Like we've used 4 of our subs. We've got one more left, which will probably be a Gallo for Martial in the 90th minute or something, just to waste some time.
And they've still got 3 subs to make, which will be interesting to see whether Hassan Huntful uses them.
I don't even know who's on their bench.
I'll have a quick gander and find out who is on the bench for you. Man United. So let's have a look who they can bring on here. So, other substitutes bench, they have got Vestergaard, Michael Obafemi, Højbjerg, Angus Gunn, Jake Vokins, Kevin Danso, and William Ferry. So not the strongest bench
I don't even know
in the world.
Probably a youngster. I think he might be a goalie.
Let's have a look. William Ferry is a forward.
Oh, never mind. I'm clueless. Anyway, we've got last 5 minutes of this game left, and Southampton are attacking again. Redmond to Romeo to Ings, back to Redmond. Bertrand it is actually. There's Redmond in space. His advantage played.
Oh, what a save!
What a save by De Gea.
What a save!
And we were talking about him. What we were saying that he's made mistakes. That is incredible.
That is a match-winning save.
It's great work from Redmond to work the yard. And when you went I thought he'd scored. Not gonna lie.
That was a killing effort.
Good save by De Gea, keeping us in front.
Bernardo's part, I can join you guys along for the final fixtures on that Sunday. Oh, go on. If you want to, Bernardo, you're more than welcome to.
Whipped in from the corner. Headed
we
away
were
by
playing on the last day.
Maguire. Matic nods it away. Out to the right. Stevens is going to get there, and he's going to let it run out of play for a corner. And Southampton are absolutely piling on the pressure.
It's nerve-wracking moments. It is tight right now. Will's put their attack is good, but the whole structure of the team is average. They're pretty much a Peugeot 207 with a Lamborghini badge on. I think he means that about Arsenal.
Yeah. Are you on about Arsenal, Will?
I think he is.
I will behave. Michael Obafemi's coming on for Oriol Romeu.
The young Irishman. They're going for it now, as you expected them to. Can they nick an equalizer here?
He's a decent player, is Michael Obafemi as well.
Very quick.
Whipped in. It's headed away by Lindelof again. Yeah, he's on about Arsenal. Put back into the box, and Martial's the one that clears it. Everyone is back for us. Proves how much we want these 3 points.
It is a nerve-wracking few minutes. That'd be cool, I'll behave. That's all right, Benaldo. The more the merrier. It's the last day, innit, of the Premier League season.
Which we get everyone.
Yeah, why not? Will, if you want to come on. Go on, lad. We can have you in
Why
for the
don't we
Liverpool
all,
game.
like, sit outside the stream and then you add us to the stream when there's a goal? I'll be like, there's a
Yeah,
goal.
that's a good idea, actually. There's a goal, but who to, Ronaldo? It's to Palace. Because it probably will be.
Oh, here we come on the counter attack. Like I was saying, Martial, Rashford, can he get there? McCarthy is there.
2.5 minutes left. How many minutes of added time do you think it's going to be?
4. 3 or 4.
I'm going to go 5.
Igalo will be on to waste 30 seconds of that.
I think 5 because they like to just add on a stupid amount of additional time. Every time you're in a game where it's so tight, they just love to add like 7 or 8 minutes on for no reason. It's
Make me more nervous than I already am. I knew this game. I did say before 2-0, 2-1, something like that. Well, I actually said I went for 2-0, but
I went 3-1, so technically I need you to score again.
But yeah, there's Kyle Walker-Peters. Run into a bit of a dead end there, and he had to go back to Stevens. It's all being played in the Man United half at the moment, though. McCarthy, Gordon on the ball. Why is no one pressing him? It's downfield again, nodded on, but that's nodded on to nobody. Yeah, Bernardo said 3-0, so I think everyone expected it, and it was a little bit. I think that I knew this sort of result was coming because we can't keep up those performances every week. But if we get the win, it's sweeter.
It's massive for you. It'd be a big win. You know, you're in third place. Then you've got, is it 3 more games left? Sorry, after this.
Yeah, we've got Palace, we've got West Ham at home, and then Leicester.
And you're really putting the pressure on Chelsea and Leicester. And I tell you what, with Leicester's fixtures, I genuinely think who Wolves got. Because I'm looking at the table right now. Leicester are in 5th as it stands.
I'm not sure who Wolves have got, but Williams is down injured again.
And that does not look good. Both players down.
Yeah, you see De Gea's round. Players are around Brandon Williams. It could be a serious one, this.
Oh. Yeah, it could go down to the wire, this. Leicester 59, Wolves 55. Obviously, Leicester have got to play Tottenham, Everton, and Sheffield United. Man U, Tottenham, and Everton. Wolves have got to play Burnley, Palace, Chelsea. Wolves could nick it quite easily, but in terms of this injury, it doesn't look good.
No, he was up for the ball. He's a brave lad, is Williams. He's come off the worst, I think. I think it's Obafemi anyway, but it's not good.
I mean, the good thing is he's up, not on his feet first, but he's up. Just checking him now, but Obafemi's still down.
But you saw, as soon as he went down, there was Matic and Lindelof both round him, which made me think it was more serious than it actually was. But it's not good to have both your left backs injured. Please stay.
No.
Can Igalo play at left back?
Who knows? Maybe you can try him out. And I mean, the worst thing here as well is, of course, with this being quite an injury, you're going to have quite a bit of additional time here, which is what I said a moment ago.
Great.
Oh dear.
Why is it zooming in on Wan-Bissaka? What's he done? Oz don't win that, ref. Get off.
Yeah, there's nothing in that at all. But they're just showing the Redmond chance again. Great save from De Gea.
It is like I said, Redmond did well to work the yard of space between Matic and I think it's Lindelof. But it's a good little save by De Gea, which you'd expect him to make. And Wan-Bissaka got booked for that. What a waste, man. What a waste, man, this ref is.
Well, they're still down here. We're going to be looking here probably about 7 or 8 minutes additional time. If you're on his stream, while there is an injury here, it doesn't look good for Obafemi, I think, more than anything. If you've enjoyed it so far, is he up now?
He's just come on, I said.
Oh, yeah, literally, in the last kind of like 2 or 3 minutes. If you have enjoyed the stream, it'd be greatly appreciated if you do leave a like and a subscription. We're going to do plenty more watch-alongs. We've got, as I said, the last week of La Liga is this week, so I'm going to do 2 big watch-alongs for that, the 2 last match days. We're going to do that this week. And then, of course, we've got more Premier League watch-alongs on in the next kind of couple of weeks before the season ends. And then after that, August, we've got Europa League and Champions League. We're going to cover every game. We're going to try as hard as we possibly can, but I think Solskjaer is just talking to Matic.
He said to go 5 at back, I think. I don't know if Williams will be able to continue.
That's what I mean. Are we gonna? Is he gonna move Matic to the back?
I think he might move.
Play as a centre back here.
Lindelof to left back maybe. Play 3 at the back. I don't think he's gonna play anymore. He's bleeding.
Yeah, no, that's not good. Has he busted his nose or something? Maybe.
I think he might have hurt his eye.
Can't really tell. His head's down, but it could be here a good 6 or 7 minutes of additional time. It really is Fergie time, although it's now Solskjaer time.
I think what Solskjaer said is, just seeing the face of Brandon Williams, it looks battered. Looks as if he's been in a brawl. I think he said 3 at the back. So I think Fred's going to play left back. I think
he's learning a new position.
It's going to be Matic. He's left-footed, is Fred though. Matic, Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka right, Fred left. He's not going to play anymore as Williams. So I think the next breaking play will have to bring trouble. It was Walker Peters, I think.
We've had Chloe in the chat say he'll be right, just a sprain. Big wuss.
Have you seen his face? I'm not calling him ugly, but literally, he's busted his bloody lip and nose, I think.
Yeah, he looks like he's been hit by a car, something like that, in the face. It does not look good, but there's 5 minutes additional time.
With Tyson?
That's 5. You've gone... still 4 at the back. Or is it... No, 5 at the back, sorry.
Yeah. I tell you, Fred's playing left wing back, mate. We still have a sub. What is he doing? Bring someone on.
English Roberto Carlos. I was going to say Brazilian. He's going to pretend he's the new Roberto Carlos, Fred.
Well, there's only a minute left, apparently. It says only 5 minutes added on, but they won't be, will they? There'll be light years added on.
Yeah, there'll be... we've probably got at least another 4 minutes left here, but Southampton coming again.
I think the problem for us now is going to that Chelsea game. Who plays?
Do you know what? It all depends here on... obviously, Brandon Williams, hopefully, he'll be okay by then. As for Luke Shaw, I don't know to the extent of whether the injury will be bad enough for him to be out for long or not, but...
Wonderful play by Dan James.
It really depends.
Won the throw-in. Well done.
Good work, lads. How focused are Man U on winning it? Do they care enough to win it, or are they more just...
I think we're Man United. We should be winning everything, but we should be going for every tournament. Just giving Martial man of the match.
Martial's just been given man of the match.
Yeah, Gary Neville's loving Martial, isn't
he? I can't hear anything, but it's Gary Neville, so he probably will be spaffing all over the place for any Man United player tonight.
It's been a different game for Martial. He's had to defend quite a lot, and he's done quite well at holding the ball up. To say he's not the strongest or biggest number 9, he's done well. And Bob...
Yeah, no, he's what I said at the start. I'll give him credit. He is very underappreciated as a Man U player.
There's Redmond.
Rowan said, bit of Vaseline, it'll be right.
Yeah, it's a corner. Oh, this is going in. It just is going in.
Shane Long back post.
Jan Benderek back post. This is what'll cost us Champions League. This, right? Look, he's there. He's in the picture. Jan Benderek. He's there. He's putting it in.
They've got it at the angle behind Arsenal. He's lofted in. Oh! It's in!
I called it. It's fucking Yad. No, it's Obafemi. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I called it. I fucking called it. I knew it was going in.
Oh, it's in. Gary Neville. He's going to be spaffing. It's Man U 2, Southampton 2, and it isn't the Irish player that I said it was going to. It's the other one. It was Obafemi at the back post, and it's in fact he's kind of backheeled it in. I think. I don't think Kieran will want to talk through it, but I'm just looking at the goal now. He's backheeled it. I think
Lindelof has to get in front of him there. He has to get in front of him. What is he doing? He's been great all game, Lindelof. He just has to push in front of him, and he's cleared it. But...
looks like he's about to run down the line, and then changes his mind halfway through.
It's that meme of him where he's going to run down the line. He's like, whoa.
Oh, my Lord.
Can we have like 5 minutes added on for us now? Can we now control the game?
Well, there's probably about a minute and a half, 2 minutes left.
Who the fuck has whacked that up there? What the fuck are you doing?
Rowan's put big W for Southampton, and Bernardo's said bring Lingard in.
I mean, it's been poor. Now
I'll tell you what,
that's our best chance, and we blew it. We could have gone third, and we fucked it.
Well, this top four race does not want to end because all the teams this week just don't want it. You know, Leicester, they lost against Bournemouth 4-1. Chelsea, they lost to Sheffield United 3-0. As it stands, it's still 2-2 to Southampton. These teams do not want to take the top four.
Yeah, Southampton have played well. They've been the better side, but I'm just fuck right off, man. Any chance we get to go third, any chance we get, we just fucking blow it. What are you doing with the ball? Fuck me. Get it upfield. Whack it. Whack it. What are you doing? Whack it. Well, he's been whacked. Is Rashford in? Box it. Box it.
Decision making. It comes back to the decision making you said again.
What are you doing? Get it in the box. That's not a foul. Fuck off.
It's the decision making. It needs to stick that in the box. Greedy, and
it's got the decision making of a 14-year-old as Marcus Rashford. That's it, innit? You see Bruno Fernandes behind Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You seen Bruno behind Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? He's gutted, and I'm gutted as well for him, mate, because
I think he's ready to batter his players.
He is. He's gonna knock Rashford out at full time. I'm gonna go down there and knock him out.
As a neutral, it is so intriguing to see how this race is going to end. Because I tell you what, it really is going at this rate to the end of the season. Because all the teams, Leicester, Chelsea, you've had a big chance to take it today and really put a foothold for that top four. But
I mean, it's not over. If we beat Leicester, we're still going to get top four. But I can't believe we've not fucking won.
And that's that.
What a fucking
game over.
That's not good enough.
Full time.
See, that's what I mean. Like when I said at the start of the game, we're miles away from winning the title. We're never. Well, I said we're never, but we're not going to be anywhere near Man City and Liverpool unless we win these games. And defensive mistakes have cost us again.
Jesus, just as you said as well. Just as you said, that corner's going in. You shouldn't have said it. You shouldn't have said it.
Bednarek fucking flicked it on, and I thought he'd scored.
You shouldn't have said it, but it's a 2-2 win for 2-2 win. Sorry, it probably does feel like a win for Southampton, to be real. But Man U 2-2 draw.
All the Arsenal fans will be loving that. Enjoy playing in the fucking Europa League next year, you twats.
Will's just put Bruno Fernandes goals and highlights meme on Twitter. Oh dear, have they started already?
They'll be all over it first.
I mean, as a Man United fan, as you perfectly just put it, it's just so disappointing. Once again, the table, it doesn't change at all as it currently stands in terms of the top four. Of course, Liverpool and City flying away with it. Let's be real, they're so far ahead, no one's ever going to be able to get to it. But in terms of between third and sixth, Chelsea in third on 60 points, Leicester on 29 points in fourth, Manchester United in fifth place on 59 points as well. Goal difference-wise, you're 3 goals behind Leicester City. You've got 26. They've got 29 goals. As for Wolves, they're 4 points behind you. And if you're a Wolves fan now, well, you're still right back in it technically after that.
I mean, we played with 10 men for however long. For that last bit, like the last 8 minutes of the game, we played with 10 men. We have bottled it. But it's our fault at the end of the day. We could have gone third, and now we're going to be in fifth. Fuck's sake.
And, if you are a Wolves fan and you're a Sheffield United fan, of course, technically it was like a game in advantage to Manchester United there. You're only 4 and 5 points behind them. As for Leicester and Chelsea, well, they'll be delighted with that as well. Praying that Manchester United didn't go above them in third. And as I said before, do you think it's going to go to the end of the season? Is it going to be a last day?
No, yes, it is. Because even if we beat Palace, you're thinking Chelsea are going to beat Norwich tomorrow. I don't know who Leicester play this week, but they'll probably fucking beat them. We'll probably finish fucking 8th or something.
Leicester play Sheffield United on Thursday. That's a massive game. And it's of course, it's so disappointing for Manchester United. But makes it all interesting for us because we have plenty more watch-alongs to come. Of course, as I said, it is the last week of La Liga, so I'm going to be covering all those games. There are games coming in 3 days' time, on the 16th, and there's games on the 19th as well. I'll be doing 2 watch-alongs for that. Of course, the final game of the season might be all important for that relegation / Europa League battle in La Liga. And then, of course, we've still got plenty more Premier League watch-alongs to come. We're going to do one for the Sheffield United game, against Everton on the 20th. But no doubt there'll be a couple more even after that and before that. So keep your eyes out on the channel if you do like a watch-along and you do like me spaffing my pants over Obafemi scoring that equalising goal. But as a Man United fan, very disappointing. 2-2 draw for Southampton. Big for them, although they haven't got anything else to play for. In terms of let's talk play ratings, because I think that might have just changed very slightly now. So, who would you say was the best player on the pitch there for United?
Should we just go through the team?
Go on then.
De Gea, 6. Didn't really have much to do apart from that save. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd probably say like a 6. Bit of a quiet game. And to be honest, that second goal, there's not really a great deal he could have done.
No. Wan-Bissaka, 5. Didn't really have much to do. Didn't really do what right. Didn't really do what wrong.
Yeah, I'd say 5 or 6. Not anything outstanding.
Lindelof was man of the match until whatever the fuck he did for Obafemi. He just, if he gets in front of him, he stops that going in. So 7 for Lindelof.
But I was going to say 7.
Maguire, 6. Didn't really have much to do.
5.
You think? Yeah.
Yeah, a bit quiet, and he had that chance which we talked about where it was like the header where he could have moved it to somebody close by, and he just kind of hit it into nowhere. So I'll say 5.
Luke Shaw, 7 until he came off because he was probably one of our best players on pitch. What do you think?
I'd say 7.
Yeah,
I was going to put him as man of the match.
Matic, 6. Again, didn't really have a lot to do. Broke the play up a few times, but
I didn't really see anything of him, to be honest. But I guess in one way you can look at that and say it's not a bad thing, but then at the same time, to concede 2 goals and to not see him isn't what you really want to see. But I'll probably give him a 5 or a 6. I didn't really see him.
Yeah, Pogba, 5.
4. No. Actually, I think they've been a bit harsh on him. I'll give him a 5 as well because I guess he got the the pre-assist.
He was involved in both the goals that we scored. Bruno, 5 as well. Got the assist,
4.
but he was very quiet. Very quiet.
Dead game for him.
Rashford, 6. Scored the goal, but other than that, his decision making was very poor.
5. I think his decision making, specifically with that last opportunity as well, where he got space to square it in. 5.
Greenwood, 4. Had nothing at all game. Didn't see him at all.
3. Oblivious.
And then
somebody's got to have a bad rating.
And then Martial, 7.
Yeah, I'll give Martial. I'll give him. I'm not going to say necessarily he was outstanding. He was good.
I'm going to give him man at match because what Lindelof did it last minute.
See, I was going to give Shaw the man of the match, but yeah, I'll give Martial a 7 as well. I think Martial and Shaw did really well in that match, and I guess it proves as well when Shaw came off how decisive it was.
And I think from the subs, the only one we can really give a rating to is Fred because he was only on the pitch for a sustainable amount of time from the others. So I think Fred just gets a 6 because he did all right when he came on.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6 as well. And then, of course, Southampton's team, great performance they did. We'll not really go into detail with play ratings for that.
I think their best player was by far probably Nathan Redmond.
I was going to say, yeah, Redmond had a really good game. The front two looked quite quiet, apart from, as you said in the first half, Danny Ings kind of pulling the ball towards Stuart Armstrong. Apart from that, they were quite quiet, but they got the point that they needed. And of course, it's a great result for them because that means Southampton are now 4 games unbeaten in the Premier League. And in terms of the games that they've still got to come, in terms of the games, they haven't really got any matches that are big ones. Game against Brighton on Thursday, 8:15. Then against Bournemouth, and then against Sheffield United. So 2 games against sides scrapping down the bottom end of the table, but the 12th in the Premier League. Quite happy and absolutely buzzing, no doubt, with a point on the board there. But yeah, no, I think that's the perfect way to end it, to be honest. I mean, you are not going to be happy with that result at all, we can tell. A little bit frustrating that the watch-along for you ends in a draw. But as I said, and I keep saying, if you are new to the stream, it'd be greatly appreciated if you do leave a like and a subscription, because we're going to be doing loads more watch-alongs, as I've said multiple times. La Liga this week for the final week. Premier League will be over the next couple of weeks. And then after that, in August time, you might not be aware, the Champions League and the Europa League is back. We're going to be doing watch-alongs. I think we're trying to do it for every single Europa League and Champions League game because we've got enough people to do it, and they're not there's not loads of games on the same amount of time. So we'll be able to kind of do all those games. So keep your eyes out in August if you are one of those clubs in the Champions League, or you just want on in the background and want to see, what's going on. But apart from that, big thank you, Kieran D. I was going to hold it, but I don't think you can enjoy a 2-2 draw.
No, I enjoyed it. Up until the 97th minute, I enjoyed it.
It was a good game, but if you're a Man United fan, maybe not the best result in the world. But thank you ever so much for everybody that's joined the stream. Thanks for all the likes as well. The likes have soared up, and thanks for all the subs as well, because there's been quite a couple of people that have subbed tonight and kind of dropped in and said that they've subbed. So cheers, lads. Thank you for watching. Well, I can't say cheers, lads. Cheers, lads and women, because there were a couple of Chloe's in the stream as well. So thank you very much. We'll see you. I'll probably be live on Wednesday for the next watch along, because the rest of the boys don't have La Liga, so I'll be back then. Every team is playing, so it's going to get very interesting. I'll keep you up to date with all the scores for our penultimate game. And then also on Wednesday, we do have the second to last Top Corner podcast as well. So you guys out for that. We've got 2 more of those before the seasons are over. And even before that, on Tuesday, keep your eyes out. The rest past 11 UK time, Rowan and Simon will be there for that. So keep your eyes out tomorrow if you are a wrestling fan. And then the NFL Corner is on 8:30. So thank you very much. We will see you on Wednesday, most likely, most of you. And thank you very much for watching. See you later.
See you later. Bye.